Hi, everybody. How you doing today? Hello, hello. I had a long and exciting day, but I am glad to be back here doing some stuff. Let's change our music up a little bit. Let's make things a little more chill now that we're into things. There we go. I like this album. This is a big remix by Game Chops of a bunch of Wii music. The artist Coffee Date is super cool. They make all kinds of awesome stuff. Yeah, long day today. Fighting PowerPoint charts, one of my favorite things. Something I have to do more often than I would like. I would like it to be all science all the time, but it is not. Sometimes you need to educate the greater world on science, and a terrifying amount of the greater world runs on PowerPoint. Ah yes, the worst possible way to communicate information, I guess aside from the now ever spiraling Twitter. But not the best. Not the best. Certainly not my favorite. Yeah, so I did a lot of charts today. Lots of chart making. We had to make circles big. We had to make them small. We had to identify things. We had to animate things. It is ridiculous the amount of effort that we put into charts. But that's not all we did. If you had a chance to check out what we were doing last Saturday, we had an awesome stream with Oni Lucam, who has many chill Minecraft streams. I got to come in, and I guess I was sort of I'm a little bit of a chaos agent, but I think overall I'm in the middle. I'm effectively medium energy, because Cassie is super hype. Whenever anything new is discovered, very excited. And then the minute something goes wrong, she is a horrified mass of yelps and disappointment. So that's definitely a mix of energy levels there, though I had a lot of fun. Cobblemon was pretty cool. I want to engage with the Cobblemon mechanics a little more. Haven't had the opportunity to do that before. There's a bunch of stuff I want to play. Oh, and the Pokemon Direct. That was today, wasn't it? What happened in the Pokemon Direct? I totally missed it. I'm so sitting here working like an idiot, and I have no idea what's happening in the world of Pokemon. That's critical. All right, we're gonna learn ourselves what happened in the Pokemon Direct real quick. Polygon, my ever-trusted resource. Yeah, why don't we take a quick look at what's going on in the Pokemon Direct. Let's see. There we go. Hey, we're all here. I don't know why. I'm showing a little bit over there. Okay, Pokemon Direct. What happened? Pokemon Legends Z to A. Mega Evolutions. Cool. This was already announced though, right? Yeah. This was already announced. But we got to see more. Gonna have to watch that later. That looks exciting. I am curious to see what they have done with the Arceus formula. I like to say Arceus. It feels better to me. I don't know why people say Arceus so much. So is this all we got? Is this the only thing we got? That can't be right. Yeah, what actually happened? Yeah, it's today. It was 10 hours ago. Tell me everything. Tell me what happened here. There we go. Pokemon Presents. Everything that happened today. That's what I'm talking about. That is the information I crave. Okay, we got a whack advertisement for a Honda. Cool. Pokemon Champions. Okay, new Pokemon Stadium type deal. Nice. Bring over Pokemon from other games. Handled by the Pokemon Works. Interesting. All right. Legends ZA. TCG Pocket. 4th expansion. Unite is still somehow going. I've never played Pokemon Unite, and I don't feel like it's a MOBA I would get into. Masters EX. Pokemon Sleep is back for some reason, I guess. Sure. Totally fine. Pokemon Concierge. Oh, okay. This is a Netflix series. Okay. Oh, this was already done? This is not new? Interesting. I am so behind. Pokemon Cafe Remix. A new Apple-themed menu. Oh, so this is a puzzle game that I guess is already out. Well, I feel like I didn't learn a lot. I feel like the big thing we got was Pokemon Champions. Seems fine. I mean, interesting, but I don't know. I guess I was hoping for more. I know there were several folks looking for like a black and white remaster. Some colleagues near and dear to my heart were obviously hoping for Pokemon Let's Go Munchlax. Critical that we have a Munchlax featured game. I think that's well understood. Yeah, but what else happened? I had to replace the car battery. That was fun. We have a car that sat still a little too long in the winter. And if you don't know, young particle fondlers, what happens when you leave a battery out in the cold is it self-discharges for a while. And the other horrible thing about having a car outside is that the battery becomes more susceptible to freezing once it's discharged. So first it discharges itself, then it freezes. The acid and chemicals inside freeze. And there are little plates that are between, like positive and negative plates stacked up against each other inside that battery. And the formed ice cracks the plates and destroys the battery so that it can't hold a charge. So I had been optimistically keeping this thing on the charger for like 4 days in hopes that anything would happen, but it did not work. Had to buy a battery. The only time I had to do anything about it was last night. So I was out in the not as cold as it used to be, but pretty cold still, with my phone as a flashlight, grumbling to myself and replacing a battery. So if you ever wanted to see a grumpy mad scientist replace a battery in a early 2010s Honda Fit, that was your opportunity. You missed it. Sorry. You should have come to the science hole. If you had come to the science hole, you would have gotten that. Anyway, what are we going to do today? We're going to be playing some Space Quest 2. I don't think I've really played this before. I played Space Quest 1 before. I mentioned when we did that playthrough, most of my experience with Space Quest 1 was walking out and dying. I think I might have tried to play Space Quest 2 at some point for maybe 1/10 of a second, because I did a load up to test it and I noticed that we were in a spacesuit walking out in the middle of nowhere, and some core memory triggered in my brain. I'm like, oh, I've seen this before. Did I play this? I don't think so. I don't think I ever played Space Quest 2. I did at one point though have the Space Quest 1 through 5 like super omnibus walkthrough guide, and I read that 1,000,000 times. The cool thing about that guide though is there's 2 pieces to it. There's like a straight hint system, and then there's like a novelization piece. Let me see if I can find it quick. Space Quests 1 to 5 Ultimate Guide or something. It's a big old book. let's see, Ultimate Guide, book with story, maybe? Maybe that'll give us a little more. I know it's around here somewhere. It was a sick book. There is a person who goes by the name of the Space Quest Historian. Oh, here it is. The Space Quest Companion. This is what I'm looking for. You know what? I almost want to grab a copy. Nobody cares about this game, so it's not wildly expensive. Might have to do that. Anyway, let me see if I can find a few images of this. The Space Quest Companion. Yeah, this is decent. Oh, let me flip on over to show you what I'm looking at real quick. Yeah, so the Space Quest Companion was this massive book that covered games 1 through 5 in Space Quest. And it had a whole narrative section. So Space Quest has always been, because it's a point and click adventure type game, it's always been like kind of narratively driven. But these early games, there's only so much room. You've only got so much text that you can throw on screen. And whoever wrote this had a standard walkthrough. Come on, give me the image. I don't care about this at a crib. Yeah, they had a standard walkthrough, and then they had like a whole original story from the perspective of the main character. So yeah, as you can see, like you've got answers, complete maps for the game, humorous insights. Oh yeah, it also had like all of these factoids that would show up. So it's like you're watching a video and little, like, it's like those videos where you're watching and it's set to music and like little factoids would pop up about what's going on. And they would just give you color about the world and stuff. It was really cool. I liked it. But I read this a million times and maybe I'm like mixing in my head screens that I saw from this with actual play, but the opening scene in Space Quest 2 is burned into my brain. I don't remember anything else about it. I'm pretty sure I haven't played it, but I have an uncanny familiarity with the subject matter. Yeah, this was cool. Maybe I'll find a way to pick up a copy and, a sneak preview. I thought, is it the alt? I thought this covered all the way through 5. Anyway, maybe I'll pick up a copy and we can show off a couple screens at some point. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be playing some Space Quest 2. See how far we get. I'm going to keep the hint system up on the side because, as I mentioned, these old games are full of esoteric moon logic that makes no sense. The classic example is in Full Throttle, where you need a rubber chicken with a pulley on it in order to open a garage door or something. So you can expect that kind of well-formulated scientific process in these games. And then the other thing that you can expect is I'm going to die a bunch. Because Sierra loved to kill the player. They love to kill you. They just want you to die all the time. They're a lot like, cold, heartless oligarchs in America. Nothing I would know about. But yeah, it's going to be great. So why don't let's change our title in here. Let's let everybody know that we'll be playing Space Quest. Space Quest 2. Vohal's Revenge. All right, that's all set up. And I'll bring the music down for a minute so that we can hear these lovely pixel noises. And we'll bring ourselves on over to Space Quest 2. Yeah. All right. The screen is intentionally blank. Give it a minute. Oh, yeah. Quality music. Chapter 2. Vohal's Revenge. Designed by Mark Crow and Scott Murphy. Game development system by Jeff Stevenson, Chris Iden, and Robert Something. Programmed by Scott Murphy. Graphics by Mark Crow. As you will recall in our last chapter, you had just foiled the Sarians' fiendish plot to rule the galaxy by using the Star Generator as their weapon of destruction. You became a hero by saving countless lives and returning the Star Generator technology into safe hands. Life was beautiful. But heroes come and go, and people soon forget. Your celebrated herodom slowly fades, leaving you, once again, a janitor. The promotion to head janitor was no consolation, especially since you are the only member of the janitorial staff, nor was the transfer to Orbital Station 4, sweating like a pork beast in a pressure suit while relocating space debris in a zero-gravity. It just wasn't your idea of a good time. Life sucks again. Place, Xenon Orbital Station 4. Yeah, quality music the whole way. Ah, yes. Welcome aboard XOS 4. To log on for duty, please enter your name below. Once again, we are Labert. You know what? I'll give it the canon name. So if you didn't know, the canon name for the main character is Roger Wilco, which is a pun because it's a way of saying acknowledged. So Roger Wilco is just sort of like a weird little callback to military terminology. And today you learned Orbital Station 4 is one of many orbiting Xenon, your home planet. It is a transfer point for travelers seeking transportation to the various planets in the Irnon system. As we begin this chapter of our story, we find you, Roger Wilco, Ace Janitor, doing what you do best. Ah yes, cleaning. Alright, let's bring up the good version of this soundtrack, and I'll just have it running in the background. Is it going? It's thinking about it. It's not doing a very good job. Oh, there we go. Okay, man. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right. A beep emanates from your wristwatch. You release your grip on the broom. The broom floats away, never to be used again. That makes the third one this week. Wait till your boss finds out. All right, and we are now in control. So the way this works again is it is a sort of a mix between a newer style point and click adventure and a text adventure. So you can move around with the arrow keys, but in order to do anything, you have to type it. You are now working outside Xenon Orbital Station 4. This area hasn't been completed yet. You've been sent out here to remove construction debris and space dust. So, alright, that's good, I guess. So I think it's about time for us to experience our first death. Let me find a good longer track that we can play. What's this one? Yeah, this is pretty okay. We've got a couple of bar songs. We got this. Yeah. Or wait, what about just the straight up main theme? No, I need something a little... This isn't quite what we're going for. You know what, I'm gonna do the Space Quest 6 stuff.
This world's a great big ball of dirt.
What? This music is unhinged. Need longer. Yeah, this seems good. I'm gonna throw this on loop for a bit. There we go. Proper atmosphere, everyone. That's what we require. All right. First death. Now, I admit, I did some pre-reading. I found this out when I was just making sure everything was working. Ready? And off we go! Due to an obvious lack of common sense, you've stepped off the edge, lost your magnetic grip on the ship, and drifted to your death. Another senseless tragedy. You can help prevent this. Vote yes on lobotomies for adventure game designers. Thank you for playing Space Quest 2, Roger Wilco. You've been most entertaining. Yep, now we just gotta start over. And, restart, I guess. Yeah. There we go. I know it's gonna make us sit through the cutscene. No! No! Not a cutscene! It's okay. We can fix that by speeding it up. Beep. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess, actually, I'm noticing already that normal is a much more tolerable walking speed than it was in the first one. We had to play on fast pretty much the entirety of the first game to feel at all comfortable. Hiya, Roger. There we go. All right. So, I assume we need to get out. We are going to speed things up. We're already too slow. Nothing there. Yeah, I vaguely remember this. We can go upside down. Is this good? Oh, that is good. Perfect. Stand by for decontamination. Seems good. Get uniform. Look room. This is the airlock chamber. From here you can gain extra vehicular access. Spacesuits hang on the back wall. Some lockers are mounted on the side wall. All right, let's check out these lockers, shall we? Look, locker. The lockers are all closed. There's nothing too interesting about them. Oh, we're gonna destroy the locker. What? Oh, that reminds me. Sometimes they hide some like fun little Easter eggs in these. So, I know this is in Space Quest 3, but I don't know. Nope. In Space Quest 2, I can't win game. Can I lose game? Can you lose the game, everybody? Oh, I don't understand. I don't understand the word lose. Dang right, I don't understand the word lose. It's all win all the time here. Open locker. Look inside locker. You bravely peered to the locker to find a Cubics Rube puzzle and your athletic supporter. Get Rube. Get supporter. All right, so let's save real quick before it finds another reason to kill us. And let's take a look at our inventory. Oh. Interesting, we've got an order form, the dialect translator we picked up the last game, our athletic supporter, I'm pretty sure they mean a jockstrap, and a puzzle. Ah yes, a Cubics Rube. Definitely not something that would at the time have been trademarked. That would just be ridiculous. This is an order form you removed from a magazine for a free Labion Terror Beast mating whistle. It's ready to be mailed. All right. Well, if we ever need to mate with a terror beast, we know where to go. Nice kinks, Rogers. Nice kinks. All right. What else we got? See object in our inventory. Supporter. Yep, jackstrap. This is your athletic supporter. Without close inspection, you notice it to be well used. You need that support down. You need it in the grundle. You need grundle support most of the time. And I feel like Roger is just the person to provide it. The dialect translator is a small device. It is on. All right, that's good. All right, the puzzle. The Cubik's Rube puzzle has made you look stupid more than usual. I don't think that's possible. I am dumb on the regular. Can I, like, go back out and kill myself that way? Probably. Let's save real quick. And let's try and cause some havoc. Exit. Oh, exit ship. Ship. Me type bad now. Ah! Exit ship. You can't go back outside. You're expected to be in the shuttle bay. Fine. Oh yeah, that's a good door noise. What? It's about time you got in here, Roger Wilco. Head for the shuttle bay on the double. I'm warning you. You're on your last leg around here, bud. One more screw up and you're history. That sounds bad. He then orders the transportation officer to send you directly to the shuttle bay and nowhere else until the job has been completed. What a jerk. What else is in here? You're in the transportation control room of the orbital station. The room is abuzz with activity as technicians monitor XOS-4 operations. A pneumatic transport tube is accessible from the walkway above. Oh, we get to do pneumatic science. We get to go in the pneumatic tube. Neat. Look console. The consoles contain much monitoring equipment, none of which you understand. Let's look at this tube. A pneumatic transport tube is accessible from the walkway above. The tube is made of plexiglass with a transporter inside it. The physical principles involved are not unlike those which transport a spit wad through a straw. Hey Cassie, how you doing? Hello, hello. We have just identified our pneumatic transporter tube. It was explained to us that it's like shooting a spitball out of a straw. Very important question. Give it to me. I must understand. Is it about the tube? Do you not know how tubes work? Relevant to the fame? Relevant to the game. All right. What is the question relevant to the game? What's that Italian place we got dinner from last time? Somehow, I don't think this is relevant to the game at all. Somehow, I think instead, a certain cosmic mermaid is trying to order food. This is my theory. Highly relevant to the piece of space. That's true. You know what? I believe you. I think it is truly relevant. In fact, I believe you so much. And I am such a lovely partner in life. Then I'm going to look up what that Italian restaurant was. I'm going to look it up just for you. Even though you came in here abusing your mod powers in order to ask me irrelevant questions on the stream. Oh, she dances. She dances. See, this is what happens. What you all have to understand is that most people view marriage as a cooperative opportunity. You're in this together. I disagree. I think player versus player is more fun. Now, Cassie may have struck a solid blow this time, but just you wait. I will repost. I will repost with a vengeance, and then who knows what will occur. I hope I know. I hope it's positive. Okay. I will send this to you on Discord. 4 reasons. Yes, so ignore what is happening, chat. Nothing is happening at this moment. We're texting no one, nothing specific. Do I want something? Probably. I'll take something. I don't know what it is. So let's see here. Our plan was to message the ever mysterious Cassie the name of this Italian restaurant. Excellent, problem solved. I'm so glad we did this. Meanwhile, you want to know what she's doing? She's just sitting there thinking about playing Minecraft. She's not even playing Minecraft. She's idling. This is helpful for your stream. Oh, is it? All right, how do y'all feel about the pacing? How's this? Is this a good tension? Is this a good B plot for the stream? Will they get dinner, won't they? What sort of food will it be? Is it a cake, perhaps? Why are they getting a cake from an Italian restaurant? Or is it perhaps a cheeseburger? Again, a questionable choice from that locale. Content and sustenance, I guess so. But what is content if not sustenance? Now, if you'll excuse me, I was busy investigating this pneumatic tube, thinking about how I might huck spitballs at things. Seems good, thanks. So friendly and helpful. All right. So let's see. We can get there from the walkway above. I'm guessing this. GG. I'm thinking this little thing on the left is an elevator, probably. What are these like robot people? Look, people. The technicians are seated in front of monitoring consoles. They look like your average crew types. See, the thing that's throwing me off here is because this is a game that's so old, they have limited room for text, and I'm always expecting like a wordier, more ridiculous thing that it's gonna say, and it throws me off when it's just a couple of lines. But that's all they had room for, chat. All right, who nailed that elevator comment? Because it was me. Oh, can we go back down? Can I die? Yes! You're into the game barely 10 minutes, and you've already nimbly stepped to your death. How far down your family tree did Knuckles last play an important role in locomotion? Watch your step next time. Oh, I get it. They're calling us a troglodytic throwback of evolution. Thanks. Thanks for playing. You've been very entertaining. You know what? I definitely like... Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of how it is treating our deaths this time versus last time. Because it's telling me I'm entertaining, and really, that is the kind of reinforcement I need. Oh, new question. Hi, Cassie. You had a new question, did you? And how much like the old question is it? I'm gonna guess it's very similar. I'm gonna guess this is also somehow related to food-based things. What are your bets? Where did you text me? I haven't gotten it. Well, you see, given that I am in the middle of a stream and I'm on Discord, it's perhaps likely that I would have sent it to your Discord. That's probably where it went. Now, you may have to make sure that you are using your professional Discord in order to get this information. I know, so challenging, so difficult. All right, now I'm gonna save before I walk. Such genius. Yeah, Now, before I walk off of this plank again, I want to see what happens over here. Can I go this way? No. Ooh, I wanted to break the game. I just wanted to break the game. All right, let's get in our tube. Oh yeah, that is some quality audio. All right, we're in a shuttle bay, and we're supposed to clean something. We may have lost our broom though. Look bay. You're on the orbital station shuttle bay. A shuttle, fresh from a passenger drop-off on Xenon, is refueling for its next trip. A pneumatic transport tube is accessible from the walkway. A refueler replenishes the shuttle's supply. Let's check it out. Look, refueler. It's not much to look at. The refueler is just a rectangular structure which bears a pressure gauge and a hose outlet for transfer of fuel. The hose is currently hooked to a shuttle. Right? Remove hose. That's not a good idea. Being as unskilled as you are, you would probably cause some sort of fiery catastrophe. Leave it alone. It's automatic anyway. Remove hose. Let me remove the hose. Boom. Wait, okay. I thought, for a minute here, I thought it was going to be a real obstacle that I couldn't walk over this hose. So I had to go and figure out how to remove it. Damn. All right, let's get up in this shuttle. You enter the shuttle and start sniffing around for the mess you must clean. You're surprised to find that the shuttle is not empty. There are two extremely ugly suckers walking toward you. Hey, what the? Your favorite expletive here. All right, my favorite expletive? Ah, pow, thwack, bink, thud. I was about to say, confuckeration. Your protest is cut short as the two interstellar ruffians beat you up and you pass out. Time passes. Has it passed yet? More time passes. A strange dream turns into the realization that you are being shaken and talked to by a voice unfamiliar to you. A dull ache triggers a distant memory of a scuffle in which you were the focal point. Upon awakening from your forced rest, it becomes quite apparent that you aren't in Kansas or Xenon anymore. You find that you're being held upright and under physical restraint from both sides by, you guess, the galactic goons you met on the shuttle. As you try to struggle free, you notice that your hands are tied behind your back. Oh yeah, well I could get out of here with my hands tied behind my back. So take that. As the eyes dial into focus, you make out an oddly disfigured being seated before you. Well, well, did we have a nice nap? I thought we would have to resort to drastic measures to wake you. Oh well. Welcome to my humble fortress, Roger Wilco. The name's Vohall, Sludge Vohall. I was the genius behind the Star Generator when it was still in the concept stages. Oh yeah, I remember that lore. It was to be my ultimate war weapon until some sissy pants scientist decided it would be better used saving lives rather than destroying them. What a waste of technology. Excuse me if I sound bitter. Anyway, you ruined my Sarian operation. I was going to use the Star Generator to make Xenon pay for what they did to me. They were going to know my wrath in a big way. You somehow managed to change all that. We have the best wrath. We have the biggest wrath. Our wrath is huge. Oh, I suppose I should have known better than to use those mental midget Sarians. That's not the point, however. You are responsible and you shall pay. Besides, I have another plan, and you'll not be around to foil it. I've devised a plan so horrible, so frightening, so diabolical that no one will be able to stop me. Observe my latest creation. I intend to infest your planet with thousands of these genetically engineered, door-to-door life insurance salesmen! I will at last reap sweet revenge from the scientific community that mocked me. Never, Vohall, never! I'll never allow you to send door-to-door salesmen all over my land. My plan was to kill you, but I've had a change of heart. Get it? He peers down at the hoses protruding from his chest, connected to a life support system. Forgive me, I'm a kidder. I've decided I would get much more enjoyment watching you suffer. My associates will escort you to the surface of Labion, where you will perform many painful hours of manual labor in my mines. Be seeing you. An injection renders you unconscious. Your drugged carcass is loaded onto a shuttle. Upon reviving, you look through the viewing port and see Vohal's massive asteroid fortress getting smaller. Oh no! Oh no, you guys! What are we gonna do? These guys suck. After touching down on a giant landing platform, you're ushered to a hovercraft waiting to transport you to the mining site. Utter despair sets in. Utter despair? Oh no. Oh yeah, we're weeble waddling now. So this truly awful noise effect is reminding me on how there's differentiated perception of sound based on pitch and timbre. And there's like a whole perceptual study on it, which we will review at a later time, because for now I think we're going to fall out of the sky or something. Uh-oh. Oh, great. I suppose we're out of fuel. Way to go, Gorf Breath. Don't blame me. It was your turn to fill up. You're always forgetting to do it. Wait till the master finds out. You're in big trouble. Hey, don't talk to me that way, you slime bucket. I felt it last time, dip. The argument between the two guards is cut short as gravity reasserts itself. Whee! Ooh, a beep. Good thing that guard broke your fall. He doesn't look too happy about it, though. Alright, we are going to save. Labion! Alright. Let's look at whatever this is. Look, ship. The hovercraft has been reduced to a mound of twisted wreckage. Everything that was straight is bent. Everything that was bent is benter. There appear to be no salvageable parts. Alright. Look, beep? What is the beep? Listen. Ship. Listen? You hear a high-pitched beep. It seems to be emanating from the wrecked hovercraft. Look, beep. Listen, beep. Listen. Look, craft. Yep. Look, goon. Look, person. The guard's body has been fatally damaged by the fall. Search craft. Ooh, we got eyes to the right. Everything inside is twisted and bent. You do notice a button with a flashing light next to it. It seems to be emitting a high-pitched beep. Alright. Push button. You press the button, the light goes dark, and you no longer notice the high-pitched beep. That might be good. I'm gonna call this one, Alright, search guard. You search the grotesque body and find nothing. Let's try this other one. Search guard. You search the grotesque body and find a small, thin magnetic card. Looks like a key card. You seem to recall seeing one somewhere in the past. Take card. Okie dokie. Let's take a look at that card. It looks like your average key card. Wow. It's just like Doom. Doom is... Have I ever beaten Vanilla Doom? I don't know if I have. I feel like I only got to the, like, 4th or 5th level. I was going to increase our speed for a minute. Found a hole. Ah! You fall to the bottom of a concealed pit. You might have survived the fall had you not come into contact with the several 30-centimeter long spikes planted vertically along the bottom of the pit. Cool. Way to go, Wingnut! Once again, you've demonstrated your inability to sustain life. You quickly glance around the room to see if anyone saw you blow it. Thank you for playing Space Quest 2, Roger Wilco. You've been swell to watch. Have a nice day. Ooh, I like that the messages are differentiated now. Alright. Well, see? That's why we saved. I guess those eyes in the back were murder eyes. But y'all see how, like, there's no way of knowing that's there, right? The foliage here is much too dense for you to pass through. Look. Area. You seem to be in a rather exotic forest. The growth here is unlike anything you're used to. On the ground lies the wreckage of the hovercraft you crashed in. Nearby are the bodies of your former captors. All right? That's great and all. I wonder if... So let's resave because now we're but fast. And can we avoid the spike pit, or is that going to show up everywhere on the right? Oh, we can avoid the spike pit. Look, shroom. Look, mushroom. Aside from their enormous size, they appear to be your average garden variety mushrooms. Okay. You're standing in the dark and damp portion of the forest. There are some very large mushroom-like growths here. All right, who wants to bet that if I get anywhere near this thing, it kills me? What are the odds on how it's going to kill me, though? I've got some options. It could release spores and melt me. That seems good. It could, like, close its cap and suffocate me. It could turn out to be a sentient creature and pummel me to death. That's a good option. It could turn out to be the erotic organ of an alien species and Roger me properly. That's a thing it could do. Oh, it ate us! Did I even guess that one? I don't think I did. Holy jeez, boy! That mushroom thing sucked you clean up. You can't move a muscle, nor see a speck of light. You begin feeling waves of tingling, warmth, and moisture. Suddenly it's not so bad in here. Wow, check out the colors, dude. Your body and mind enjoy the short-lived buzz that is a side effect of the lethal poison you now marinate in. You're oblivious to the end. Not a bad way to go, actually. But it sure is early in the game. I had high hopes for you. They said, who? Roger Wilco? Not a chance. That jump won't last 20 minutes. I said, no way! Roger Wilco isn't that lame. So anyway, don't make me look stupid. Thanks for playing. You've been very entertaining. Alright. So we know we can avoid this. What's back here? Let's do some info gathering in this direction. Nope. Foliage still too rough. Okay, we can go this way. Suddenly, from somewhere to the east, you hear a twang, followed by a high-pitched shriek. To the east, huh? Guess we're gonna go to the east. Oh, so what's it? Look, creature. The little creature caught in the snare has thick-looking pinkish skin. He looks to be less than a meter tall. He doesn't seem too thrilled with his predicament. Release creature. You're too far away. Release creature. All right, that seems good, possibly. All right. Before disappearing through a tiny hole in the brush, the little creature gives you a long glance. It's probably good. Probably good, right? I feel like those eyes are of the people trying to kill me. Too much foliage, yeah. We get it. No, regular All right, so we've released a creature. We've died a couple of interesting ways. Consumption by mushroom was one. Falling off of a escalator was another. Foliage is too much to pass. Yeah. Can I go this way? Nope. Maybe it'll let us go left. What about this rock? Look area. Can I get that rock? Look rock. The rocks in this region are all gray and fairly rounded. There appears to be nothing of interest about them. Well, then we won't eat them, will we? Fine. All right. So I'm noticing that Space Quest 2 is one of the games that has like a lot of exit and entry points, which is going to be annoying. So there's like 6 possible ways in and out of this screen. Cool. I'm sure that won't be a problem very soon. All right, let's go on up this way. This is probably not going to let us go through. Yep. Look area. Let's see if there's anything else around here. Strange looking strand of woods. Look tree. The trees around the perimeter of the area have a shiny, slick, solid look. The two in the middle have a duller kind of sheen. Interesting. You hear something. It sounds not unlike the hovercraft you wrecked in. I meant the foliage here is much... Yeah. So is someone going to come by and kill me? Yep. Drats! Volhal's troops have tracked you down and passed sentence for your escape. Tough luck, eh? Alright, so... Another senseless tragedy. You can help prevent this. Vote yes on lobotomies for adventure game designers. Thank you for playing Space Quest 2, Roger Wilco. You've been most entertaining. Yeah, so I'm thinking this is another one of their classic, you better get off the screen real quick or you're gonna die kind of things. Always perfect when that happens. Gotta love it. All right. What is this? What's that up there? This is another clearing in an otherwise heavily wooded area of the forest. There's a plateau near the back. Now, what are these flowers, too? It's like the other areas, only raised a little. A mailbox sits up there. Oh, our form. We can deal with our form. You seem to have kicked one of those strange little spores. And we're asphyxiated. See, this is what I thought would happen initially. Your kick caused some spores to open up and spray fine powder into the air. As a result, you're paralyzed from head to toe, unable to move a single muscle. Due to paralysis, you're only capable of displacing air. Move muscle. Trip out. Lick floor. Breathe. Displace air. I can't tell if it's gonna let me do something eventually or whether this is all we get. Can we like wait it out? Sleep. Wake up! Wake up, Roger. Wake up. I don't think we're going anywhere. All right. Back to Okay. So we've died yet again via another exciting new option. And it looks like the game has spread out a wee bit. Just a moment. We have some folks who are being problematic. Bam. Band-hammered. Alrighty. Can we get up here? Maybe? Whoa. Okay. It's the little what's it. Alright. I imagine that we just have to do this very carefully. But let's see what happens with the death first. Okay, we get wrapped up in a vine and eaten by brain. That makes sense. Good, you've succeeded in establishing contact with one of this planet's life forms, and it looks like you'll get to examine it up close and personal. The giant root-looking thing is giving you a guided tour of its digestive system. What you experience next is too horrible to describe. Let's just say that you die as a result. You are dead, trust me. It may please you to know that, during the night, you didn't digest well. For a while, gastric distress made it extremely unpopular with the other root monsters. Way to go, Wingnuts! Ah, yes. Alright. Going back. Okay, so this time, we're gonna definitely be fine. Alright, this is good. This is good. We're gonna follow that. Oh, never mind. Alright, we're restoring. Nope. Alright. Excellent. We're gonna start calling this maze. Maze? Perfect. Alright. Nope, that didn't work. Restore. Restore from maze. Right. Alright. I'm gonna save here. Oh yeah. This is peak gaming right here. Carefully tapping the keyboard 1 inch at a time, such that I don't get eaten by a brain monster tentacle thing. On the plus side, if your R34 tag bet said brain monster tentacle thing, if that was on your bingo card, congratulations. You win. You win kink of the stream. Alright, this is good. Save here right quick. Ah, damn. We were so close. I'm gonna save here. Save here. Oh yeah, this is so exciting. Some of this stuff, they definitely just needed to pad the game. It also feels like it wants me to be dumb and try and go to the right side. Like, you're not gonna get me. I'm too smart. I'm a math scientist. You can't stop me. I know that I have to go through the big one and not through the little one. You see, everybody, Roger Wilco goes through, that's right, the square hole. Has anybody seen that comic rendition of that? It's got like an Impact manga frame, and it has the woman who is reacting to everything going in the square hole, just horrified. I love it. I love it. Okie dokie. Save one more time. And I'm going to do exactly what that creature did, because it feels like it's probably going to be important. Saving. Look, bush. All the bushes look the same, except for the one on the far end of the clearing, which has small berries growing on it. Alright, that's good. We are going to... Yeah, we're gonna eat berry? I assume this is gonna kill us too, but I have to know. That isn't get berry. Okay. You snag some of the odiferous red berries. Oh, odiferous. That's good to know. Eat berry. You get them near your mouth and notice the pungent scent. Wisely, you change your mind. Interesting. All right, time to follow the little red creature. Yeah. All right, I gotta do it kind of this way. I guess we should put the speed back to normal. Save. Maze? Now the fun part... Oh, not normal. Just fast. Save maze. Now the fun part is that almost certainly we missed something super critical, like right at the beginning of being on this planet. And we're gonna have to do that whole maze again. That's just how this works. I am almost certain that's what's gonna happen. Can I go? Oh, come on! Come on! Come on! That's not even fair. Can I not go through here? I saw the little dude go through here. Do I have to go through somewhere else? Foliage too thick. Can I go left? Is it gonna make me backtrack through this awful thing? That would not be very cash money. Oh no. This does not look cash money at all. Look east. Look area. You're in another clearing in the forest. This one seems to be occupied by a type of growth you're not familiar with. Yeah, well, we got real familiar with it a second ago. You know what? There's no need to save. I just want to go this way. Yeah. Yeah. Nope. Can't go off that side. Okie dokie. I guess we're gonna be going back through here. I'm gonna call this Maze 2. Maze 2 Sedge. Maze 2 Sedge. Alright, let's see. Looks like maybe we can go left from here. Let's see. Let's see what we can learn. Ah, Maze 2 Sedge. Foliage too thick, of course. Alright, save again. And get eaten. Look. There are cases where, you know, vor is acceptable, just not right now. Yes, hot take. There are cases where vor is acceptable. Fight me. Alright. Save in. Going up. Oh, I thought I could thread the needle. I thought I could thread the needle. It's not fair. Boy, then. Awfully touchy, don't you think? Alright, I'm gonna save here. I don't think I should. No. I don't think I should need to save this tightly. But apparently I do. Okay, that was close. I saved while walking up to my doom. Alright, good. We have recovered. We are geniuses. Each and every one of us. Not currently, but soon we will be geniuses. Soon. So, folks, when was the last time you got vored? For me, it was about 10 seconds ago. A tentacle monster wrapped me up and then ate me. It was mostly brain. Not as hot as you might have hoped. Not that hot. So, if you were curious, not sexy. Oh, speaking of sexy, did anybody see that, like, Derpixion is on hiatus? For those who know, like, I don't think you have to watch a lot of adult material to know this, but Derpixion is like the queen of high quality, like, I guess Westernish style or short form adult cartoons. They did Mime and Dash, which escaped even the adult community and landed solidly in Meme Town. But yeah, Depixion is on hiatus. That's crazy. I think the standing hope is that she like has an alt that is legit animation and is now doing like some big super sick project in like an animation studio or something. So that's what we're all hoping. But yeah, for all the gooners out there, top goon creator Depixion now on hiatus. And now you know. And knowledge is power. All right, I was able to get out there. That's good, I guess. Okay, so we have something. Now what? Now what? That's all I want to know. All right, foliage too thick. These spores are all murdery, so that's a thing I gotta watch out for. That's not great. And I guess we haven't gone past that shroom area. We do gotta keep an eye out for the folks who are interested in killing us. They showed up here last time. Let's see if I can get off screen. Foliage too thick. Can we go to the left here? Okay, so I think we got off that screen just in time. All right, let's see. Our inventory had that order form, right? Okay, let's fill out order form. Mail order form. Nice. The mailbox hums and buzzes for a while, then an object of some sort drops into the tray at the base of the box. The machine goes silent. Take whistle. Okay. All right, this is going well. We're doing good stuff. I'm gonna see if this is now what? Even harder. Now what even harder? Because I'm not sure if that ship is going to try and come back. It felt like being on this screen for too long is what killed me. Or something like it. Can I go to the right? Oh, it's the little guy. Look, creature. Okay, so it did something. So I remember the solution to this puzzle, but I think, yeah, so I remember it from reading that book from all those years ago. Yuck! But my recollection is that if I don't, is that I'm about to die. That's my recollection. I'm sure this will be fine. Alright, it wasn't as fine as I'd hoped. You feel something slimy clamp down on your leg and pull you beneath the surface. You struggle in vain to free yourself. Unfortunately, your desire to breathe results in the intake of a large quantity of swamp water. If the lack of oxygen hadn't killed you, the taste of the putrid water would have. You're dead. Better luck next time, Roger Wilco. Way to go, Wingnut! Once again, you've demonstrated your inability to sustain life. You quickly glance around the room to see if anyone saw you blow it, but, well, it seems like you're just alone. Thank you for playing Space Quest 2, Roger Wilco. You've been swell to watch. Have a nice day. All right, we're gonna restore. From now, what even harder? So, yeah, I guess you only get one opportunity to see the little guy and figure out what the creature is doing. What the creature is doing is rubbing those awful berries all over itself. So, rub berries? Is this rub berries on self? There you go. You rub the berries all over your body. You now smell like a walking ammonia inhalant. So now we can probably go through. And we should see the little eyeballs again. Friendly. So friendly. And you feel something slimy clamp down on your leg and almost as suddenly spit you back out. You distinctly hear the sounds of aquatic gagging and retching. Evidently you had a bad aftertaste from the berries. Yeah, so that was a little bit of a cheat. You've stepped into a deeper area of the swamp. You are forced to swim. You've gotten out of this deep spot and are back on your soggy feet. Oh, okay, interesting. Dive. Ha! Alright, now I'm certain that we can only breathe so long. So, let's watch this kill me. You can't go on. You don't have enough oxygen in your lungs. You panic. The need for oxygen causes you to become irrational. Your desire for air causes you to inhale large quantities of water, which results in suffocation. Another senseless tragedy. You can help prevent this. Vote yes on lobotomies for adventure game designers. Thank you for playing Space Quest 2, Roger Wilco. You've been most entertaining. Yep, so we're dead again. Once again, we dead. Did I rub the berries on myself here? Rub berries on self. I did not. That could have been bad. All right, so we probably need some means. We need like gillyweed or some shit. That's what we need. But for now, I'll be happy just to survive. I like the eyes. They're kind of cute. It's just kind of a cute little guy. It's a cute little guy. Yep. Tried to eat me and then was like, actually, nope. Welcome to actually nope. So we can't swim there yet. Got to do something else first. We go in the right direction? Yes. Okay. Let's see if we can find our creature. Anything? We're at the east end of the forest, and that's all we really get. I guess we came west to get here, so this could be a good sign. I assume we need to knock over that log. You're in a lightly forested area. A large fissure nearby seems to lead straight down. All right, we are going to kick this log. Kick log. Push log. Wait, what did it say? That would advance the game in no way. Look, fissure. The fissure appears to be very deep with sheer sides. You can make out no details as it darkens towards the bottom. Look, log. It does not seem to be in your sight right now. What is this? Is this not a tree? Look, tree? This tree is dead. The bark must have fallen off years ago. It bears no foliage. Push tree. Why not? Kick tree. Climb tree? Tree is dead and seems to be free of the slick secretions some of the others generate. You begin to shimmy your way up the snag. And now it breaks. There we go. Holy log gems, Batman! You almost ate the big one. Alright. I'm gonna save again. We're doing great. We're going fast. Yeah, just beside the fissure. Is there anything up here? Yeah, damn it. Intrigued with gravity, you take another terminal ride to solid ground. Watch your step, Roger Wilco. You know, game, I guess it never gets old. I guess that's fair. That one's on me. That one's on me. I have been very entertaining. I agree. So entertaining. This is why we save every 10 seconds. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've never played this. Oh, look, a snag. Yikes! You've been snared. Suspended above the ground, you are unable to move freely. Untie self. Climb rope. After a while, the cerebral fireworks begin. Capillaries begin to burst under strain. You pass out. Once again, time passes. And then some more time passes. While unconscious, you have the strangest of dreams. You imagine that your name is Larry. You're wearing something known as a leisure suit, apparently made of 100% synthetic materials and proven to generate large amounts of static electricity. While prowling a locale known as the Land of the Lounge Lizards, you spend your time badgering women of the area to participate in bizarre mating rituals, such as... Just then, consciousness begins to creep in. Your head begins to clear and you realize that you've been imprisoned. Your captor appears to be that large oaf sitting near the fire. Alright, so we're gonna have to give you some background on this one. Leisure Suit Larry is another series of old school adventure games from around this era, except it was 100% about being a sleazy jerk trying to get laid. It does not age well in terms of modern sensibilities. There is a much better modern remake that is closer to passable, and the games themselves are pretty fun. Just don't expect them to represent, say, women terribly well. Not the best. All right. Let's see. Look, oaf. The hunter looks hungry. Look, cage. The cage is made of some very hard branches. They might as well be welded steel bars. Look, lock. It's a crude looking but effective lock. The rust would prevent anything but the correct key from turning it. Look, cave. You're in a well-hidden clearing. It's surrounded on three sides by large, smooth rock formations with brush to the north. A cage is below one of the formations. You are currently in it. In the center, a campfire burns. One has to wonder about the purpose of the fire during a warm day such as this. A rope sits on one of the boulders. A large beast is nearby. Okay, can I get the rope? Get rope. All right, let's see what happens. Blow a whistle. I don't know if that did anything. Blow whistle? Do it again. Talk oaf. The hunter seems to ignore you. Look rope. You do not possess the designated item. Get rope. Can I reach? It's not available to you from here. Climb cage. That would accomplish nothing. Yell! Ow! Well, that didn't work. The hunter has decided that it's a perfect day for a barbecue. As he slowly turns you over the fire, you begin to turn beautiful golden brown. Death follows at an agonizingly long distance. Another senseless tragedy. You can help prevent this. Vote yes on lobotomies for adventure game designers. Alright, we're gonna restore. Now what? Even harder. I feel like, based on what I'm seeing here, it's important that we get caught in this snare. Yep. So we probably need this. Now we have to live through the whole Leisure Suit Larry monologue again. I'm gonna save this as cage. See what's in our inventory one more time. Oh, puzzle. I wonder... Throw puzzle. That doesn't work. Use puzzle. Pull out the puzzle and give it a few spins. Instead of improving, it seems to be worse. Irritated, you stash it and go on with the adventure. Right? Well, that was fun, I guess. Throw... Supporter. Where? Supporter? Uh-oh. Running out of ideas, everybody. Blow whistle. Alright. Hide! Look, fire. Look, rope. All right. Throw Rube at Oaf. Okay, that's not good. What else do we have? We don't have extra berries. That would have been useful. But alas, no such thing. Got the translator. Whistle, keycard. Look, keycard. Read, keycard. Don't waste my time. Get rope. Climb. Cage. We tried that. Look, cage. Very hard branches. Might as well be steel bars. See if we missed anything. Well-hidden clearing. 3 sides by large smooth rock formations. Brush in the north. Cage is below one of the formations, and we're currently in it. The center, there's a campfire. A rope sits on one of the boulders. A large beast is nearby. Yell? Okay, that doesn't work. So we definitely have a limited amount of time to figure this out. Say hi. Speak, hunter. Well, that didn't work either. All right, I think it might be time to break out the universal hint system. Okay, the forests of Labion. Is that where we are? Yes. All right, how do I avoid the hunter's snare? You can't. Cool, so we didn't get that wrong. All right, how do I get out of the hunter's dinner plans? Maybe a strong sedative would dull his appetite. It feels to me like we forgot something. Let's see. How can I use the tiger trap in the forest floor? There are no, I didn't find any trap. Interesting. It's the way through the maze with the plant. Through the swamp, chasm, snare. All right, dinner plans. Strong sense. Oh, you did bring one of those spore balls from the forest, right? So what it's telling us, once again, is that we had to pick up those spores long, long ago, or we're gonna die. So let's figure out how far back we have to go. Probably, where's this? Okay, what is in our inventory now? We don't yet have the whistle, but we do have the order form. We have the berries. Get spore. Take possession of one of the spores. All right, use rube. Cool, that didn't save anything. We're gonna save back under now what? And we gotta go get that whistle. So we're gonna go get that whistle. We're gonna check out some other spots. Well, we're probably missing something else too. So it's gonna be real fun when we find that out. All right, cool. Male form. Get whistle. All right, now we're gonna save in now what? Perfect. We're making progress, y'all. Making progress. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Like, you can have lost the game. You just lost the game. You can have lost the game ages ago and not really know that that's happened. So at the time, the idea was kind of, you would like play this over and over and over again and get angry, and maybe you would figure it out. Or the other idea was there was a hint hotline in the back of the book for you to call. So that was another option, I guess. Look, creature. He seems to be leaving in a hurry. Okay. All right, we need to rub berries. Rub berries on self. Excellent. Let's save real quick. Yuck. Now we get to see them cute little eyes one more time. Where the... Oh, look how cute. Look at how cute. Adorable. Adorable. Try to eat me. Capital nope. Big nope on eating me. Gonna go across here for now. I assume we'll be back there at some point. So we'll save it. Now what's even harder? Come on. Come on. There you are. Gonna have to climb up that tree again. I've thrown trees at people. They weren't big trees, but I did throw them. In fact, I was talking to Oni about that in our collab. It was fun. We were busy punching trees in the collab, though, which is a very different vibe. Yeah. All right. Let's save under. Now what's even harder? And let's get ourselves ensnared. Bam. All right. Gotta wait for sweet unconsciousness to set in, everybody. Ah, yes. The joys of just letting oneself slip into sleep. Time passes and bam. All right. Now we are back in the cage. And I assume we're going to throw spore. Cool. Upon impact with the ground, the spore opens and spews its dust into the air. The hunter falls to the ground paralyzed. Okay. Actually. Now what? Oh. Okay. So I looked at the hint system again because I thought to myself, this feels like we missed something. Oh, you've caused the guard to be paralyzed. I don't think he's too pleased with you. Yeah, there we go. Yep. We had to wait and throw it probably once this was open. Yep, now we're very dead. All right, I get it. I get it. Okay. Call Hunter. Call Hunter. Throw spore. There we go. Upon impact with the ground, the spore opens and spews its dust into the air. The hunter falls to the ground paralyzed. Search Hunter. You search the large... You search the large... Oh, not to mention uncleansed. There we go. You search the large, not to mention uncleansed body of the hunter. You find a key which might unlock the cage. Other than that, you find only a few assorted parasites clinging to him. Get key. Open cage. Open lock. Cool. I love how it makes us open the lock and the cage. That's... of course. Why not? Alright, I'm gonna want this rope. Get rope. Look area, what else we got? Smooth rock formations. Campfire. Yep, that seems fine. Alright, let's get out of here before he wakes up. Ah, look. Area. You're at the edge of the forest. The boundary is a sheer cliff at the east side of the area. In the distance, you see a landing platform, possibly the one which welcomed you to this strange, lush world. That would be good. I would like to get out. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Drats! Volhall's troops have tracked you down and passed a sentence for your escape. Tough luck, eh? I'm guessing we weren't supposed to be visible there. Does it happen again if I just go... If I go back now, does it happen a second time? Okay. So this is a way back. If I hang out here too long... Yep, it just shoots me to death. Alright, but is it hanging out too long, or is it getting too close to the edge of the cliff? Now I'm curious. Which thing? Alright, it's too close to the edge of the cliff. Aha! Aha! See? We're learning the design of the game. This is what you call a trigger, chat. But the foliage is dense. Why? Alright, can we go here? Still dense. Can I go south? Nope. So wait. Is there a cave here? Well-hidden clearing. 3 sides, large smooth rock formations. Okay, so there's not a clearing. What happens if I go left here? Can't. Alright, let's save from all the way up here. Can I go this way? Fall off the cliff? Yeah! Way to go, Pathfinder! As you plunge toward the base of the cliff, Mommy! Escapes your lips. You know, the old classic.
Mommy. Mommy, why? Why would you do this to me, Mommy?
You know how it is. Alright. And we're back. Okay. So, we have some stuff. That's great. We're gonna save and call it Post Cage Clarity. Because that's what it is. Alright, have we tried going north from here? I don't remember. I don't remember if we tried going this way. Oh, yes we did. Yes we did. Thank you for the follow. Thanks so much. Welcome in. Welcome in. Tell us what your day's going on. Like, tell us what's happening. What's going on with your day? How you feeling? Have you ever played Space Quest? Have you ever played classic adventure games? We must know more. We must know so much more. Are you too collecting deaths? Thank you so much, Arcade Outbreak Gal. Have you played Adventure? Oh, bloody hell. This is what I get for paying attention to my community. Oh, you played all the Space Quest games. Awesome. I think this is the only one that I've never actually played. Yes, I love the old point and click games. I don't know what to call this because it's not a text adventure. I think the Space Quest historian called it a text parser game. I don't know how to classify the ones that are before you're truly pointing and clicking like LucasArts style. It's interesting stuff. How's your day been? Just gonna have to shimmy here. Get on log. The thing I most remember is that these games will aggressively kill you if you try anything. Which makes me think there must be an all-death speedrun. Oh, you know what? I don't think there is. That would be a fun speedrun category extension. All deaths. Yeah, there are some parodies of Space Quest, but I haven't played them. They all seem interesting. Yeah, and then there was... So the two guys from Andromeda, who are the main programmers on this game, they sort of have a fantastical backstory that they incorporate in this game when they ship it in the manuals and whatnot. And they even insert themselves into the game in a couple of spots. Space Quest 3 is the one I remember the most, because that's also the one I played the most. But yeah, they went on to try and make a spiritual successor to Space Quest 6 when Space Quest 7 fell through. But I can't remember what it was called. And I do check in from time to time. I've also been following SpaceQuest7.net since it existed. Is it still there? Well, it's not secure, but we can probably still go there. SQ7.net? Nope. It's dead. Yeah, I can't, it's like, it's some very exact copy of the idea of Space Quest. But it had like a robot dog, and they were remaking it in 3D. It looked pretty interesting. All right. Am I still covered in berries? Is this going to be okay? Let's look at the rope. I'll look at it over here then. Look, rope. Okay. It's a hemp rope. That's what we know. Yeah, when I replayed the first one, I was surprised how much less moon logic was there than I had suspected. But it definitely still had those things where you could miss something super early on and then get completely hosed later because you missed one tiny thing. All right, well, I assume we don't need to get berries every time because that would be really irritating, but that's also exactly the kind of thing Sierra adventure game makers would do, because they loved nothing more than padding their games. All right, we're gonna call this post cage clarity. Still there. All right, and I think we have to explore the mushroom area, which we have not really explored yet. And I can't stay on the screen too long or we'll get busted. Okay. Let's keep our saves in post-cage clarity. Okay. So, I saw these. I don't know what to do with these yet. I don't want to get too close to them. That I'm sure of. Too much foliage. There's got to be something we can do with these shrooms. Gotta be something. I'm also not a fan of how many possible exit points they are and how poorly marked they are. I can't remember if... I think it was LucasArts games that eventually had a, like, highlight exit feature. I bet you there's some kind of debug or modded variant where you can take a look at all of the exit points. Did I see something off to the right? Probably. I probably saw something. Right. Wait. Oh, I have an idea. All right, so first we're going to get another spore because it seems like a good idea. Get spore. Perfect. I feel like if it worked once, it's going to work again. And then let's use rope on tree. Look tree. Two in the middle seem to have a duller kind of sheen. Gotcha. Look, is this is like look sapling? Right, where did we find little guy the first time? It wasn't over here. This is where we found the berries. Yeah, that's a rough go. Don't want to do that. That would be a bad time. Bad time had by all. Tie rope to tree. Use rope. Why not? I want to use the rope. Oh wait, can you hide behind the trees on this screen? I feel like that was a thing too. Nope, never mind. It was worth a try. It was worth a try. That could have been a real solution. You don't know. It probably was a real solution. So, was the little what's it over here? No, the little what's it wasn't over here. It must have been up here somewhere. Boy, I sure don't remember where we found the little creature guy. Oh, wait. We found the little creature guy to the right here? You know what I think? All right, let's just be hidden. Wow, that is a solution. I was right. It was a solution. You just have to be hidden. So hidden. I hope I got points for that, because I deserve them. I deserve points, everybody. Give unto me the points. No worries. I too change my pants sometimes. Not often, but sometimes. Was the little creature here? Boy, I sure can't remember. I want to make... I know we want to make a snare somehow. This is not a particularly useful area. This is just an opportunity for me to fall off another cliff. Ah! Laundry? Shh. Who needs laundry when you have a sink? You can just throw some socks and some soap in there and hope for the best. This brought to you by Struggle Bus Interactive. Alright, well, let's get off screen now that I'm in a terrible spot if anybody shows up. What about, was it like way down here? Ah, this is where the little guy was. Use rope. How would I, you know, somehow. Look area. Can I climb it? Climb tree. No, this has the problem. Is this a vine we can climb? Climb vine. Look vine. Thin and fragile, huh? Well, that's not very informative. Tie rope to tree. Tie rope to rock. Alright, so this is where we found him originally. We now have the rope. There's the underwater area, and then there are the shrooms. Herm. I wonder if we can wreck some more of these guys. Look, rope. Relatively short, made from hemp. Tie spore to rope. You heard me. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. All right. We're going to take a look at the old universal hint system. How do I find the caverns of Labion? Hint 1. I do recall the chasm, yes. Oh, all right. That's all I needed. Okay. I didn't even know we needed to find the caverns of Labion. That might have been a thing that we learn from... what you call it? That might have been something that you learn from the manual. There we go. Doo-doo-doo. All right. Let's go on our journey again. We're going to see our friends again. This is going to... All right. Now, my assumption is that the berries are still helping. This is my assumption. Please do not prove me wrong. Perfect. Berries are still active. They did not make us go back and get the berries every time. That is excellent news, because they sure could have done that. All right, let's get out of here. Yeah. Yeah, I vaguely remember this from the Ultimate Space Quest Companion, but not a ton. All right, we're going to save. Okay. Get on log. Tie rope to log. Climb rope. All right, this is something. We're gonna save this under Eats Gojira. Seems like it's Gojira. F6 to release grip on rope. I'm sure that's what I want to do. Or you could just press left or right. You release your grip on the rope. This had a negative effect on your resistance to urging of gravity. Yeah. This is why we saved. Alright. So left and right are bad. Swing rope. Too far. Well, I think we've discovered the first QuickTime event at least. If it'll just let us do it safely. Swing rope. Okay. Well, I feel like we have to get eaten at least once. Yep. Oh yeah, we gotta get eaten at least once. 2, 3. On the 4th one, you get eaten. This is important. We probably needed to know that number. He who hesitates is lost. You gave that guy one chance too many, and he seized the opportunity. Not to mention you. You are consumed in 2 quick bites. Another senseless tragedy. You can help prevent this. Vote yes on lobotomies for adventure game designers. Thank you for playing Space Quest 2, Roger Wilco. You've been most entertaining. All right. We're going to go ahead back. And we're going to go one more time now that we know that he swipes 3 times. Now we play the waiting game. All right. Getting there. Almost. I assume that's a Labian Terror Beast. 1, 2, 3. What? I pressed the button. All right. All right. Swing rope. I guess I have to use F6 once we're normally swinging. All right. And we're gonna save this one as swingers. All right. I have to use my function row. Ugh. Who even uses that anymore? Apparently Sierra. All right, we're gonna save. Nope. Save. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Nailed it. Safe landings. Perfect. I assume this is... Does that do anything? Nope. Look beast. He's a hardy-sized fellow. You would guess him to be quite an energy guzzler. His stare suggests serious caloric lust. Caloric lust. Alright, well, in the cave we go. Look, cave. This is gonna be useless. Being as dark as it is in here, there isn't much to see. You do see light coming from the east. Okay, well... I assume it is pitch black and we are likely to be eaten by a Gru. Feel cave. Uh-huh. This is not very effective. That jerk's still here. Oh, okay. Okay. We made progress. You hear the sound of many small, scratchy footsteps moving toward you. Ow! Gnash! Growl! Crunch! Snap! You've just been felled by a killer cave beaver. You now know the meaning of excruciating when used in reference to a level of pain. Okay, so... I think the little pink thing is a beaver. That's what we know now. Let's see. Say hello. Alright. What else do we got? What's in our list here? We got our supporter, we got our spores, whistle, cage key, key card, dialect translator, and the puzzle. Alright. Blow whistle. No problems yet. So last time, we just went left too far, and it ended poorly. Okay, so there's clearly something we need to do to get around there, and then we went this way. Right, and that's too far. So we're gonna restore. I bet you this, no, restore. I guess this is where we want to be. I'm willing to bet that the intention is for us to meander through here stupidly and in the dark. Because that's the kind of thing they would do. Alright, now the thing is... Yell. I need to not go directly left. Throw a spore? I am definitely about to be in trouble. Yep, right there. Right there. So that's bad. Alright, what other options do we have? We could walk off this cliff again. That seems great. I don't want to throw the spore there. Going up and down doesn't seem super useful. Smell cave. Feel floor. Touch cave. Yeah, look. There isn't much to see. Okay. Well, cool, I guess. Feel wall. The walls feel rough. Steel wall. Okay. I think... Oh, wait. This is interesting. We're behind something. I feel like we're not learning much. Let's see if we can get anything else out of this. Oh no. All right, this is another case of we missed something a while ago. So we're gonna chalk this one up to moon logic. There is a gem that we need to dive for. So this is too far. From here, I should be able to climb back up. You've climbed back up the rope from below. Okay, so this is good. We don't have to go back that much. They're getting better. It's no longer a case of you messed up right at the beginning of the game. It's now you messed up several minutes ago. Though in adventure game time, that could have been months ago. You don't remember. You don't remember. People spent years beating one of these. I don't know if I know anybody who has, like, in one shot beaten the original Riven. Okay, so take deep breath. Cool. So, yeah, things that we didn't know that we needed to know. Look. You find yourself in an underwater cavern. The water here is much clearer than the swamp above. Why can't I squeeze through here? Take deep breath. Search cavern. Look. Oh, I was just caught on some geometry before, I guess. Interesting. Can we go up here? Aha! Look. Small grotto below the swamp. A strange light dances off the walls of this cave. Its origin, a glowing gem situated on top of the boulder. Take gem. Oh, take gem. Excellent. All right. That helps. Take deep breath. I still can't believe that the solution to the puzzle, which you could not intuit from any hint they give you, is to breathe extra hard. You just had to breathe harder, everybody. That's your problem. You don't have that breathing grind set ideal. Is everybody else on their breathing grind set? Have you been doing all of your deep meditation such that you're able to breathe so hard that you can swim through an entire underwater cave without dying? Have you all done that? I sure have. All right, so we now need to do our swinging again. Save hereabouts. Good. Get on log. Climb rope. Save this. Swing. Now we're gonna save into good old-fashioned swingers. Save ourselves a couple of times. Alright, save here. One, two, three. Perfect. Safe landings. All right, we are now back. Use gem. Now use gem. There we go. Well, that explains what was going on over there. So I was murdered by random beavers for... So wait, is having the gem actually gonna help? The ground below your feet disappears. You tumble down through the darkness. Okay, so essentially, if you don't have the gem, you get killed by beavers because it's just a kill screen, everybody. There is no reason why that should happen. Narrative solution, get gem, beavers no longer exist. Didn't you know that? Didn't you know that gems kill all beavers? Because I did. That is what we established in the realm of biology in the past 10 minutes. Anyway, while tumbling to the base of the canyon, the spore you were carrying is crushed, releasing the disabling powder. You are paralyzed. Hold up. How hosed am I here? So I was paralyzed last time. Sleep? You can do nothing but displace air. See, I thought, can't I just wait a while? Is this like actually a death or is it not? That's what I'm not sure about. Can wait till the paralysis wears off. What about when you're paralyzed? What happens then? Oh, all right. That was a rather spectacular entrance. All systems seem to be intact, though. What's our little friends? The dwellers mumble something. The translator responds with, "Follow us, Beanpole!" They hurry away. That's great. We're gonna call this one Beanpole. Well, actually, wait, can I save in a new area? Yeah, all right. Beanpole it is. Beanpole. What is this? Look area. Is that the gem? You're at the bottom of the steep gorge, almost totally surrounded by impassable rock. There is an opening to the southeast. The walls extend up a great distance. That was the gem. They were trying to get me to leave the gem behind. What fools. I would never do such a thing. For I am the elusive Labdrat, wise beyond his years. Welcome to our canyon. You look to be from out of town. On behalf of all of us, I would like to thank you for saving our compadre from the hunters. You are welcome to stay in the canyon as long as you like. When you are ready to leave, simply say the word, and my assistants will show you the only way out for a being of your size. When you leave, however, we must seal the exit behind you for our own protection. Goodbye and good luck. Totally fine. Talk. Being. They don't speak, they just giggle. Okay, giggle. Look, creature. These guys are quite fleshy and pink looking. Look area. You're at the bottom south end of the gorge. There are more odd rock formations here. There are still more of those little pink folk. Talk, creature. They only giggle. Ridiculous. What's over here? The rock walls are too tall and solid to pass through. Alright. Well, I assume I came here for a reason. There's gotta be something down here that we need. Because we already got the gem. Oh, unless it leads us out a different way. Let's see. Bottom of the steep gorge. Opening the southeast. Don't see anything super critical. Let's head over to the left. Totally solid. Call leader. Leave gorge. Yell. Ask to leave? Ask to leave. Say leave. Exit gorge. Gorgle. Gorgle is wrong. Exit the gorgle. Call leader. Look leader. Okay. Find leader. Talk leader. Talk to leader. That's not helping at all. Look rock. I don't possess it. That means I can get a rock. That may also mean that I missed it. Oh wait, hold on. Is this an entrance? Hold up. Is this just a hole? No, that's not a hole. Solid. Okay, so what's with the leaving? Push rock? You're not constructed in a manner that will allow you to do anything to the boulders. You might get those little pink guys to move one of them. Ask creature to push rock. Push creature. Push rock. Let's see. Say push rock. Ask for help. Why does it not compute? Why? Ridiculous. How do I get out of here? Oh. Alright. More moon logic detected. Say the word. Stupid. Stupid. Alright. Dang moon logic. Alright. Use gem. So I think I also just remember this from reading that manual a million times. I remember putting the gem in your mouth. Yep. Stupid. That would not have been something that occurred to me. I would have never figured that out. Suddenly, an inhuman guttural moan echoes through the narrow caves. You're not sure which direction it came from. The only thing you do know for sure is that you've just soiled your undergarment. Oh, good. Well, that seems fun. So I can go left or right. Left is useless. So we're going right. Oh yeah, this is going to be fine. I foresee no problems. Oh, we can go even more right. Interesting. Oh, good. A maze. I'm sure that's what we wanted. Eh, boy. Nothing. Okay. Is this like Space Quest 2 copy protection? Because that would not surprise me. Alright, well, knowing how this game works, I suspect the expectation is for you to map out this entire bloody maze. But no shot. No way are we doing that. I think we're just gonna maximize down. We're gonna give it one initial honest shot by going as down as we can reasonably go. And then we may look at the hint guide, because this is some esoteric old school bullshit. Total bullshit. But back in the day, they were like, you know what? We need these people to play for a long time. Do you have any idea how long it's going to take us to release another one of these? Like 6 months to a year. Oh. You have an opportunity to stand and spare your tender knees. The crystal clear water gives off a gentle glow. In abundance, it is able to light the room. You take the glowing gem from between your aching jaws. You notice it is overly moist as you slip it into your pocket. Interesting. Call this, moist. Ah, yes, moist. It's gonna go in this water. I foresee consequences, but we're gonna do it. Go in the magic water. Go in the magic water. All right. One of these will kill us, I'm sure. Let's start with the left one. Okay, that looks murdery. Yep, pretty murdery. Pretty murdery. No, it's fine. I'm sure there are no consequences. And you're dead. Splat. After carooming off a pair of rock outcroppings, you find a final resting place at the base of the falls. Of course. How lovely. All right, back we go. Back we go to the land of moist. Let's see what we can do over here. Let's try and take the right path this time. Maybe it'll be better. I'm an optimistic guy. It could be better. What do y'all think? What are the odds? Better? As you enter another of the mysterious subterranean chambers, you realize that the water is now racing towards a giant whirlpool in the middle of the area. You're caught in the strong current, powerless to alter your course. This could be good. I don't hate it. Take deep breath. Oh, well, that's fine. Your body's sucked down until finally you're able to resist no more and must yield to the overwhelming force. Hey, this is probably good. Jeez, that was quite a trip. Peering around, you find yourself back in the open again. All right, we're gonna save this as moist, because I am still moist. And let's see if there's anything else we care about here. Look, area. We're in a pool. Must be old, hundreds of years old. Who cares? Can I get out here? Nope. Can I get out here? Yes. All right, what's this? Look, area. You're in a little clearing which is surrounded by large boulders and impenetrable brush. There is water in which you entered, at the bottom left. You can just see a landing platform in the distance. Oh, we're almost to the landing platform. Yay. Cool, guys. We're almost there. We're almost off this stupid rock. Yeah. All right, so we can't get out here. Let's see if we can go to the right. Or perhaps climb the rock. Climb rock? Okay. We're just gonna go further east. We are not going to go further east. Look, platform. Does not seem to be in your sight now. You just said it was. You just said it was. You're in a little clearing. Yeah. We get the point. All right, folks. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to take a quick break. Go ahead and get myself some water. Everybody take a moment to hydrate. And we will be back in just a second. Be back in just a second. Hydration time. Let me put up the ever critical intermission text. There you go. See y'all in just a moment. Let's amp up the music while we're gone, shall we? Let's do this. Weed Show. All right, be right back. Hey everybody, thanks for bearing with me. So, when we last left our hero, we were right in front of that launch tower that we needed to get out. And we're not exactly sure how we're gonna do that. And all access seems to be locked off. Let's see. See if we can find a better track for where we are now. What's this one? No, that's what we did before. How's this? That seems pretty good. That can be our backdrop when we get back into it. I like it. Yeah, all these songs I'm picking are from Space Quest 6, which is the best rendered version of this series. Space Quest 6 is incredible. I cannot wait to get there with you folks, but I kind of like going back in time a little bit, playing through the history, seeing how bad the rough edges were, because some of them are really bad. I mean, these games are perfect and unimpeachable. That's what I meant to say. All right, let's send ourselves back. I'm sure it'll figure itself out in a second. There we go. Needed new frames. Okay. So here we are, basically at our goal, and we can't figure out how to get up to it. There's water. At the bottom left, you can just see a landing platform in the distance. The problem is this here foliage. Look, trees. Yes, you see before you a tree. Great. Look, rocks. There appears to be nothing of interest. Look, exit. I don't think that's in view, huh? And I believe we checked all of the apparent exit locations here. We haven't gone south. Can we go south? Don't seem like it. I guess back in the liquid we go. There must be some other way out of here. We can try going left. Got this super sick vomiting statue. That's fun. Can I grab these blocks? Take deep breath. Dive. Nothing of interest. Okay, what do we got here? What tools do we have? Alright, we're in a pool. It's fed by a waterfall which spews from a strange looking rock face. An actual face, an ugly one at that, is carved into the rock. Must be hundreds of years old. I guess we have the whistle. We could try and use that now, which probably won't end well, but it seems fun. And yeah, it's, you know, it's an option. You can make bad whistle-based choices. Use whistle. You hear an incredible whirring and grinding sound coming from the north. Oh! Suddenly, a Lebian terror beast buzzes into the room like a tornado, and it looks like he could do as much damage as one. Okay, so I guess that was the solution. Blow whistle, walk off screen. I'm gonna call this Moist the Sequeling. All right. I guess this is a case of use the thing you haven't yet used in your inventory. Enter hole. Look, rock. Okay, but theoretically I could get in here, right? Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. Call this one Mission Impossible. Look Tower. It's a tall, impressive structure. A guard patrols the mid-level. I assume that we can do some timing-based shenanigans. Looks like it. Why don't... Can we get shot now? Yep. Okay. Pretty easy to get shot. Dang. Allowing the guard to observe you was not very swift. He has disassembled you, probably adding a little excitement to his otherwise dull day. Alrighty. Let's go on back. So does he check looking forward often, or... Okay, so that's when he can't see. We can get up here. And one theorizes when he gets behind the pillar again, he can sneak. Like over here or something. Excellent. I am very hidden. Right. Look, door. Right. I assume I'm going to have to use the key card. Let's save. The elevator is nothing spectacular to look at. On the left side is a thin slot. Use keycard. Insert. Ah, damn it. Damn it! They caught me in the text parser. That's not fair. I was trying to do the right thing. Alrighty. Alright, insert keycard. Cool. Alright, as soon as the elevator door closes behind you, the platform on which you rest begins to rise. Perfect. Enter shuttle. You recall from when you landed, the re-entry hatch being on the rear left of the shuttle. Alright, well, we're going to save Mission Impossible again real quick. Because, as this is effectively an all-deaths run, huzzah! After surviving to this point, you're still prone to acts typical of the mentally absent. Perfect. Alright, back we go. Rear left. Alrighty. Enter shuttle. Yeah, I'm on the... Wait, stage left? Which left? Enter shuttle. You have to move a little. Yeah. Enter shuttle. Enter shuttle. There we go. Now, if that isn't a picture of a hero, I don't know what is. I love how he's just like kind of a crap janitor, but they have to give him this like chiseled jaw kind of captain look, despite being a total idiot. All right. Look, cockpit. You're inside a shuttle cockpit. There's an instrument panel before you. Between your legs is a throttle. Yeah, there is. You can see the local treetops. Look, instruments. Everything looks automatic. The panel is loaded with clusters of system status indicators. There's a power button, an attitude dial, and an ascent thruster button. Okay, save real quick. Look, attitude. The attitude dial sets throttle control to either VAC or HAC. It's currently set to HAC. All right, well, that's good to know. Set to HAC. Set to VAC. Turn dial. That has no effect now. Okay. Power on. Push power. turn dial. We're now at VAC. Look console. What else do we have? Ascent thruster. Okay. Push ascent thruster. Push thruster. Push ascent. The shuttle begins to vibrate as the ascent thrusters ignite. All right. Full throttle. Ascent thrusters ready. Attitude system vertical control. Forward equals descend. Back equals ascend. Alright, I'm gonna save under Wingamajig because we're flying. I assume we want to be in space or something. Look console. Everything looks automatic. Ascent thruster. Look altitude. We're off the planet. Good work, Roger Wilco. A tone sounds. A soft synthesized voice notes that adequate altitude has been achieved. Ascent thrusters are now ineffective. The monitor draws your attention again. Minimum altitude achieved. Okay. Cool. Alright, look console. Look monitor. Alright, I assume we want to go sideways now. Turn dial. And we're going to go forward. And leave, I suppose. I assume we're leaving. The screens are suddenly splashed with the incredibly horrible image of Sludge Vohal. Hello, Roger Wilco. I've been waiting for you. Once again, my subordinates have failed me. Anyway, it looks like you'll soon be visiting me again. Don't bother trying to pilot that vehicle. I've taken control. You'll be arriving at my command post shortly. I anxiously await your arrival. He closes with a chilling laugh. Something to the effect of... You know, something like that. His image is frozen on the screens. The ship changes course as if it had a life of its own. All you can do is hang on. And hang on we shall. Yep, it does nothing. Push up. Push power. Not now. All right. Ack! Pseudo Vader. You feel the ship bank. But I wanna... Why don't I get to control it? I wanna control the ship. Through the window, you see your apparent destination, Vohal's asteroid. Well, we're back. The massive bay doors meet, jarring the entire vehicle bay. As you step down, the shuttle door slams shut behind you. You're quite surprised not to find several of Vohal's guards waiting to greet you. You begin to ponder what the Twisted Scientist might have in store for you. All right, we're currently in Act Pseudo Vader. We can go left, right, and some other way. Okay. So to the right is an elevator. What do we got to the left? What's over here? Another elevator. How quaint. We are required by law to walk off of this. Just so you know. It's a short step to the end of the game for you. You're no Buddy Epson. Who the heck is Buddy Epson? All right. I am too young for this. We're gonna find out. Buddy Epson. This is... They had some guy with a huge nose in the last one. All right, who? Buddy Epson. Clearly some silver screen star. American actor and dancer. Famous for... Oh, Jed Clampett. Okay. Okay, Jed Clampett from the Beverly Hillbillies. That's who Buddy Epson is. Here you go. All right, we're gonna learn you something today, folks. We're gonna learn you something good. Ah, yes. Let us discover the truth that is Buddy Jepson. You see, or Buddy Epson. I totally got that right. Buddy Epson. Born 1908, died 2003, also known as Frank Buddy Epson, was an American actor and dancer. Most notable for Jed Clampett on the Beverly Hillbillies. He looks like this. Look at him. This is what he looks like. Let's look. Jed Clampett. Jed Clampett. Oh yeah. That is a Clampett if I've ever seen one. Look how Clampett he is. Yep. And that is the reference that the game is making. I hope you know that now. It's really important. Yep. Way to go, Wingnuts! Once again. All right. Going back. And we're now going to try this forward path. Is this actually stairs? Oh, this is stairs. We're going under this thing. The door behind you closes solidly. A barrier springs up before you to the left. And to the right! You feel the floor shift below you. It's moving to the left. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. I guess we're gonna go ahead and... Oh, is this some sort of horrible acid pit? Do we just have a bunch of exciting ways to die if we go the wrong way? Is this Picador? I think this is Picador. All right, we're just gonna hang to the left. Look, floor. The floor is moving. Beneath it is what you guessed to be a pool of highly lethal liquid. Just gonna stay left. It'll be fine. Come on. Oh, well, we tried. Imagine, if you will, taking a bath in sulfuric acid and using pumice for a washcloth. After that bit of displeasure passes, it gets much worse as the acid slowly eats its way to the last of your critical organs. Finally, mercifully, death takes you. All right, so I think this is Picador. Let's go left. I want to see what left does. Acid was fun, but what else we got? Use elevator. Look area. You're in a small capsule-shaped enclosure above the door. You're in a small capsule-shaped enclosure. Above the door is a digital readout which reads level 1. The only other feature is a rectangular panel. Ooh, look panel. The panel has a vertical row of 4 buttons. There's some small engraving at the bottom edge of the panel. Look, engraving. That does not seem to be in your sight now. What? Look, buttons. The buttons look ordinary. Each button has a word right next to it. In order, they are 1, 3, 4, and 5. Push 1. Aren't you glad no one saw that? The digital readout shows the minimum number 1. The trick here is to push the number of a floor other than this one. Otherwise, it's no fun. Push 2. Hey, wake up! There is no button 2! Push. Push 6. Push 3. All right, what's on floor 3? Oh, this is riveting. Look at this riveting cutscene. You have the funny feeling you're being watched. Break camera. Look camera. There's a surveillance camera mounted on the ceiling. It looks to be quite basic. It appears to be pointing right at you. Alright, what do we got in here? We have an empty spore. Dialect translator, we got the puzzle, the whistle, the cage key, glowing gem. Not much of use. Let's see if we can go this way. Nope. Left is our only option. Let's check it out. What do we got over this way? Do we get more acid? Acid was fun. Don't tell me you don't want some more acid. What is this sucker? Is this a trash compactor? Are we gonna die in the trash compactor? Look door. Door is closed. There's a button situated next to it. Look button. Oh sure, like you've never seen a button before. Fine. Push button. In we go. Aha! You know a janitorial closet when you smell one. Almost at once you sense an emptiness, a melancholy longing. You begin to feel homesick. Search closet. Look closet. It's quite dark in here. You do find a plunger, however. Perfect. Big plunger. Right. Plunger master. Perfect. We are now the plunger master. Who knows what devious deeds we'll use with this? Any devious deed could happen at any time. But where is our greatest enemy, Dr. Sludge Vohall? Where is he gone? Oh, more elevator. Okay. I assume there's nothing further left of this. Alright. Look buttons. 1, 3, 4, and 5. Push 1. Does it somehow swap me such that I'm on the other side or something? That would be interesting. Sure does. Don't understand that. Push 3. Cutscenes. Okay. Push 4. Alright. I assume we're going to learn something exciting over here. Or something will just straight up kill us. It does like to do that in this game, if you recall. It's not so much murder as a comedic accent. Oh boy, we have the opportunity to enter any restroom we want. Push button. Push button. Look area. You've stepped into a porcelain palace of sorts. It's obviously a restroom, a place which, in an interesting fashion, serves to exhibit the physical diversity of the universe. The walls are covered in an easy-to-hose-down synthetic material. Attached to them in various locations are devices designed to efficiently collect waste products from the life forms which are able to physically match up to them. On the back wall are stalls. 3 of them are in use, judging by the various feet which show beneath the stall doors. To the left are sinks. Open stall. Look toilet. The toilet looks very much like the ones you were used to back on Xenon, at least the ones you were responsible for cleaning. It has a handle which hasn't been used in quite a while. There's a giant space herpy sitting on the seat. It takes one look at you and flees in terror. Use plunger. Flush toilet. Why? No one else has, and it would probably be risky to attempt without a flotation device handy. Open stall. Look stall. The inside of the stall is a sight to behold. There's writing of various languages etched on the walls. The floor has an interesting coating of some type of congealed dreck. It appears that the toilet may have been white once. A toilet paper dispenser hangs on the wall. Look, dispenser. The toilet dispenser is of the single sheet variety. A closer look makes you believe the paper should have a grit rating. Take toilet paper. Okay. All right, I'm gonna save this. Ledger master. Open stall. Open stall. Knock stall. Talk. Yell. Look, stall. There are several stalls on the east wall, none of which are designed to accommodate humans. Look, sink. The faucets aren't operational. Bohal didn't seem big on personal hygiene. Wash hands. Look, mirror. Darn, another pimple. Look, area. Yep. Walls are covered in easy to hose down synthetic material. Gotcha. Well, I think we're okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Do these both go to the same place? They do. That's funny. I get it. I get it. All right, so we've got some toilet paper and a plunger now. I guess we could try and flood the place. Push button. We can also possibly try to survive by using the plunger on the wall or something when the floor opens. That feels... either that's a sense memory from the book, or it's like a bit that is kind of obvious. Open stall. Put toilet paper in toilet. Let's don't say we did. Dang. All right. Well, this is a good start. Ooh, what's in here? Look door. Push button. Look area. It's quite dark on here. On the floor you notice a glass cutter. Take cutter. Okay. Save. We now have a glass cutter. I feel like we're just collecting things so that we can escape that acid pit. Which is good. I like escaping the acid pit. It's high on my list of things. Alright, we got this sucker here still. Alright, push... well, let's look buttons first. Just in case 2 shows up. Yep, push 5. Another excellent loading screen. Alrighty, what do we got over here? What is... oh! Youch! You feel alarmingly dense. Apparently, you were a prime focal point for some aggression channeling by one of the caged creatures. Your compressed composition indicates that your attacker possesses considerable strength, a good guy to avoid in the future. Of course, you are damaged beyond repair and the game must end. You've made quite a bit of progress, though. Don't start screwing up now. Dang. Alright. So we gotta watch out for the old bonk on the head. I can only assume that this is horny jail. I don't know what other kind of jail it could possibly be. Let's take a look. Yep, gotta avoid that. Look area. The hallways on this level are the same as above, with the exception of some type of cages. An occasional strange noise is heard. The smell here is stifling. Apparently, the holding cells are not well kept. Look cell. As is common in all periods of cage design, vertical bars of a sturdy nature dominate the appearance. They look quite impenetrable. One of them has some fur wrapped around a couple of sections of bar. Look, creature. That does not seem to be in your sight right now. Look, creature. Look, fur. They look like large amounts of fur. No other features are evident from here. Oh, I get it. You're trying to pull one over on me, game. Trying to get me to walk on up and get me head bashed in, aren't ya? Well, that ain't gonna happen. I'm not gonna let it. That seems bad. Oh no, one of the cells is opening. Who knows what unspeakable horror awaits? What is it? We're just gonna wait and look. Oh, it's a friend. Wait, does it kiss us? It does kiss us. Yuck! The dark and spiny beast with massive red lips grabs you up and, after a longing glance, proceeds, don't read further if the phrase French kiss bothers you, to plant a very moist French kiss on you. You're left quite stunned. That was adorable. Wait, I think I was literally stunned. I couldn't move for a second. Well, I like it. Do it again, baby. Oh, that's one of those bishy-bashy types. Alright, I'm gonna save. Kiss Master. Push button. Look area. It's quite dark in here. There's a small wastebasket. On the floor next to it is a pair of crusty work overalls. Take overalls. Pick up the overalls. They're small and quite worn out, not to mention filthy, and have no use to you. You toss them back on the floor. As you set them down, something falls on the floor. Look, floor. You see some filthy overalls, a wastebasket, and a lighter. Take lighter. Okay, take wastebasket. Aren't you amazed by how much stuff an adventure game hero can carry? You know, you just gotta know how to pack. Yeah, so that's a bit that's gonna come up later in Space Quest 3. Oh, how lovely it is. Alright, I think we're nearing the end of collect all the stuff you need for final boss type territory. Alright, let's look at the buttons here. Look buttons. Okay, push 1. All right. I have a vague memory of sort of the plan here. My recollection is that it starts with us putting the plunger on the ground, and then yes, so we're gonna put the plunger on the ground, or on the on the wall of this like floor entrapment thing. And I think we use the glass cutter to cut a hole and get out or something. And then at some point we need to set off a fire alarm by setting the toilet paper on fire. That's what I remember. So let's save right here. This can still be Kiss Master. Use plunger. Put plunger on wall. Alright, now put plunger on wall. Using formerly uncharacteristic creativity, you apply a suction cup-like plunger to the smooth metal finish and just hang on for dear life. Once a janitor, always a janitor. Use glass cutter on wall. Okay, so I don't think we use the glass cutter yet. I think we just wait it out right now. We're just waiting it out. You can hang on no longer. Your grip weakens. Well, that almost worked. Okay, this was a good starter idea. All right. We're getting closer. So we need a slightly better plan. Slightly better plan. Okay, we're gonna use the plunger. Is it because we used the plunger too early? use plunger on wall. So I'm just gonna wait a lot longer and see if it's a timing thing, because they sure seem to like timing things in this game. Oh, shit. Use plunger on wall. Ah, no! No! We were so close. Did I misspell it? Is that what happened? Use plunger on wall. Okay, we're gonna wait until it's at least halfway done. All right. Use plunger. Stick plunger on wall. Yeah! I don't remember what I wrote the first time. All right, let's get it prepped. Stick plunger on wall. Okay, it's stick. Stick plunger on wall. That's what we needed. Ah, text parsers. How they are cruel mistresses. Just wait a hot second. And there we go. Using formerly uncharacteristic creativity, you apply the suction cup-like plunger to the smooth metal finish and hang on for dear life. Once a janitor, always a janitor. All right, we're back. And is it a timing thing? Answer, yes. Release plunger. Climb down. You release the grip and drop the plunger back down. Perfect. Okay. Plunge me harder. Yes. All right. Let's take a look to the left here. That looks like a murder robot. Not my favorite. You've made the mistake of getting within what looks to be a cattle prod's length of the metal menace. An electrical contact connected to an extension arm reaches from its body and makes contact with you. That's when you begin feeling the intense burst of electrical current pulsing through your body. You quickly black out. And then disintegrate. As you can see, you amount to little more than a hill of laser-fried beans. You've come a long way only to be torched. Keep up the fine work. Thanks for playing. All right. So left bad. That's what we know about that. That's another one. Is he gonna... Yep, there he is. So you can't see me from there? All right. Look area. You're in an attractive tube-shaped region of the asteroid. Look ceiling. Ceiling looks extraordinary except for some fixtures that look like sprinklers. All right. This is what we're talking about. Okay. Place waste basket. Place basket. Drop basket. Right. Put toilet paper in basket. Light toilet paper on fire. Drop basket. Light toilet paper on fire. Let's save real quick. And call this one arson. Love arson. Cool. While receiving a nice hosing yourself, the basket of fire is extinguished. Seconds later, a loud series of pops is followed by the smell of fried electronics. The sprinklers sense accomplishment and cease operation. Your fire and subsequent shower seems to have shorted out the burnished bullies. That's great. Right, so we can save for arson. This was good arson that we've done. I don't think we can go further. Oh, we can go further this way. You've just entered Vohal's secret chamber. The evil one himself is seated before a large console, high on a platform in the center of the room. Standing obliviously, ready are many of his dreaded salesman clones. So, Roger Wilco, we meet again. I must say I'm impressed with your resourcefulness and tenacity. I'd love to chat, but I'm busy preparing the last of my salesman clones for their trip to Xenon. Feel free to stick around and observe the downfall of your civilization. Or something like that. All right. So let's see. Look area. An eerie glow illuminates the large chamber. Through the massive window, you can see out into deep space. Lighted consoles adorn the area behind Vohal's perch. Vohal waits at the top of the stairway. Okay. So there's a stairway up there. Let's call this one Clone Me Baby one more time. Yep, okie dokie. Look, salesman. Or I guess we'll call him Clone. These guys are your worst nightmare come true. Imagine hundreds of John Davidsons in magnetically hazardous polyester suits. The color alone capable of rendering helpless the infirm. Topped with permabond hair, the face splashed with that let me win you over smile, he's a master guildsmith, programmed with one intent: sell. Each are encased in pre-programmed impervious transport capsules. Okay, impervious, you say. Use glass cutter on capsule. Use glass cutter. Okay, what else is in our inventory? We got an empty spore, a puzzle, lighter, whistle, glowing gem, glass cutter, cage key. Got quite a few things. I assume if we go up this platform, we're just gonna die. Going somewhere? Oh, hold on, gotta do the thing. Gotta make sure I do that every time. It's contractually obligated. I don't get paid if I don't do it. No. As soon as you step on the platform, you're struck by a beam of light emitted from a unit in the ceiling. In a matter of seconds, you're broken down into microparticles and extracted from the air. Again, the beam strikes, this time blasting into a glass jar on the console. It is there that you are molecularly reconstructed into a miniaturized form. Wait, hold on. You shrank-rayed me? You shrunkified me? Am I gonna catch you monologuing? Well, I'll be darned. My miniaturization beam does work, Vohal's voice booms. In the old days, I'd test these things on myself, but as you may have noticed by my appearance, being my own guinea pig has had its disadvantages. I guess this will keep you out of my way once and for all. We'll make a nice conversation piece. With that, Vohal turns away to put finishing touches on Xenon's fate. Alright, use glass cutter. The newly cut pane of glass falls to the counter. Apparently Vohal doesn't notice. Alright, we're gonna save. Keep it there. Alright, what do we got? Look area. Got a surface of a console. A large, compared to you, jar sits in the middle. A hole has been cut in the side. There are some vents near the back. Look, vents. From here, all you can see is the vent exterior. Open vent. That doesn't seem to be the correct action in this case. Oh, yeah, we are required by law to walk off the table here. So we'll just do that quick. You now know for a fact that less weight does not equal less pain at the onset of deceleration trauma. You've come so far only to die in a dumb way. What a geek. It's been a pleasure watching you play Space Quest 2. Alright, and we're back. Let's go out this little sideways, what's it? Ooh. Ow! Ow! You weren't gonna tell me anything about that? We're just gonna go smackies? Darn, Roger Wilco. I guess his lardness got a little fed up with your meddling. You've been redesigned once again, revealing a permanent overhead view. You resembled one of those wonderfully colorful mosaics commonly found on windshields. It's been a pleasure. Yeah. Okay. Look, vent. As you turn your attention to the vent, you notice it to be quite dark. You hear a rhythmic hum of some sort of mechanical device and something that sounds like industrial strength breathing. It might be coming from the vent. Alright, can we cause Porblum? What do I have to cause Porblum? Let's see. Put Spore in vent. Put Rube in vent. Open vent. What else can we put in the vent? We got a lighter. We got a gem. Oh, there we go. Put supporter in vent. Use supporter. Open vent. We already said that. Let's see. Climb in vent. Oh, apparently we can get in there. Well, that was obvious, I guess. Cool. Judging from these two hoses coming in from the outside, you guess that this is the inner workings of Vohal's life support system. A respirator pumps oxygen into his lungs, while a pump on the back wall forces blood through the filters. There is also a sign on the back wall. Well, it says caution. Look sign. The sign says caution. Press button for emergency shutoff. Okay. I assume it's this button over here. Push button. Way to go, Roger Wilco. You've just disconnected Vohal's life support system. He's a goner without it. Exit vent. You can see Vohal struggling to take his last few breaths. Not you again! You think you have won? He wheezes. But all you've done is seal your own fate. He reaches up and flips the switch on the far end of the console before dropping to the floor dead. Oh, we're gonna fix that, I think. Look. Area. You're walking on another section of the control console. There's a large switch on the back panel. A keyboard is at your feet. Look monitor. They are what they are. What you see is what they display. Sure, fine. Lip switch. Should either lower switch. Reduce or enlarge. Type enlarge. Oh, I bet I assume I have to get back to the jar. Let's get back to the jar. Excellent. You're once again reconstituted, this time to the correct size. You notice that the clones are gone. I'm big in Japan. Look, Vohal. Vohal's dead hulking slab of flesh is loosely arranged at the base of the chair. Search Vohal. Get closer. I'm on it. I'm on it. Come on. Search Vohal. An examination of his repulsively turgid, fabric-encased mass reveals nothing other than the tubes which supplied him with blood and oxygen. You do notice the letters SHSR written in pen are on the back of his left hand. Look. Console. You see a screen with some text on it just above a keyboard. Look. Screen. General status, orbit decaying, prognosis terminal, interior environment okay, temperature critical, launch countdown. To abort launch, enter code below. SHSR. Aborted! F6 to exit. Alright, we have aborted the launch. Still big in Japan. I assume we go up these stairs now. We die. We die! Of course we die! Why would I expect anything else? Gravity is the one eternal in this game. Which means that it's gonna make us, like, inch up these bloody stairs. Look area. You're walking through a clear tubular passageway which seems to wind in and out along the outer perimeter of the asteroid. There's a box mounted on the west end of this tube. Look, box. The box is actually an oxygen mask receptacle. It's currently closed. Open box. You open the box and noticing an oxygen mask, remove it and close the box. Put on mask. I assume I'm gonna need this. Just a theory. Alright. I love when they give you isometric paths in games where you can only go up, down, left, and right. It's perfect in every way. Oh yeah. This is peak design. Peak design. Can I see where I am here? No. Am I in a wall? Maybe. There it goes. All right. At least it walks me out. Yep. Crack. A section of the glass tubing has fractured from combined stress. The pressurized atmosphere rushes for the relative vacuum of space. Fortunately, wearing the mask protects you from suffocation. I saw you, game. I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to do that. No longer needing the mask, you remove it and stow it for later. Alright. We can call this one Alert! Let's try going this way. See what's up. I don't know why that's still following me. Doesn't seem like it would matter. Okay, we're over here now, I guess. I'm just gonna keep going until I find something. Oh, we probably need to exit here. Can I, like, fall down? We're gonna save over moist real quick, because I think I just want to fall down here. Never mind. I was wrong. I was wrong, and I apologize. I thought I knew what it was I was supposed to do, but I did not. So I think we're still on a timer because of that thing. Where we could die and such. The problem is we need a way back to our ship. Good thing there's not a blaring siren making everything harder to do. Well, we'll just keep walking until it stops, I guess. What are you? 40 minutes until meltdown, a synthesized voice cheerfully announced. Is that good or bad? Any curiosity you may have harbored regarding the menacing metallic pest will now be satisfied as you have drawn too close. Your attention is attracted to a decal on the front of the machine. It says, "The Vohal Meromatic." This rouses your curiosity. Suddenly, you note that each and every bone in your body feels as though it has been transformed into molten matter. Never slow to catch on, you notice that you are cooking from the inside out. Now this is a pain that lingers. Every drop of moisture is purged from your system by the intense heat of the internal barbecue. Your dehydrated composition makes it impossible to continue. Better luck next time, Roger Wilco. Alright, well that's bad. Alright. I'm gonna go back to moist. So maybe that's incorrect. Let's try going left this time. I'm gonna go left. Ideally, we want to get back on that there ship. Come on, buddy. Give me the freedom I crave. I crave freedom. And power thirst. But mostly freedom. Yeah, you love those dulcet tones. 40 minutes until Meltdown, a synthesized voice cheerfully announces. Oh, so that was unrelated. We were just gonna get that regardless. Alright, we don't want to deal with you. Is he gonna follow me? Yes. I must need him to follow me. You're suddenly racked by excruciatingly violent pain. It feels as if your body is trying to turn inside out. After gaining freedom from its flesh fortress, the odd little alien runs away, leaving you lying on the floor like a used, oversized placenta. A darn tough, yet unique way to go. That should teach you not to be so— Oh, come on! Are you serious? Really? How far back is that? Hold on. Alright. I'm gonna take a moment to check the hint system. Because that is some bullshit. That is some bullshit. Alright. Escape Vohal's asteroid. How do I get past the Meromatic? Lead him astray. That was the plan. Alright, survive in the pod. Aren't you feeling a little tired? Alright, another hint. Go west to meet him from the door. Make him follow you until you get to the walkway. Across the walkway and continue east in the tunnels back to the pods. Yeah, You'll beat him back to the escape pods, second from the left. Press the button to get it. Okay, so that's fine. Except we've got this other problem. Yeah, okay. Our key problem is that we kissed that stupid alien. Which is ridiculous. Oh my God. I can't believe that's a death. How far back do we have to go? We have to go back all the way to here. All right. I'm angry. We're gonna finish this. I can't believe that's what they did. I didn't mean to do that either. All right. So can I just like beat the alien? Yeah, okay, so I just have to— that was a little too fast. Restore. Okay, let's see. Plunger Master. So if we go this way, we run into the alien. So we want to go— do we want to go the other way? Or is the room we need actually right there? Let's find out. Nope, okay. Restore. We gotta go back to Plunger Master. Push 1 or anything, I guess. Push 4. I can't believe that. It sends you so far back. Why? We're so close. All right, we're gonna zip. You've been formally introduced to the floor waxer. How did that happen? What did I do? Hold on. What just happened? Plunger master. Okay. Push 4. All right, and we're gonna save as Plunger Master again. And then that floor wax thing is just gonna come up and wreck us at some point? Is that what I'm supposed to learn? Or did I just go way too fast and it decided it would be funny to murder me? Can I hide in here? Who knows? But I do know I need some stuff from the top floor. That's for sure. I wonder if the floor waxer is like a random event. If so, we might be able to miss it. All right. Push 5. All right. From this side, we might be able to avoid that stupid alien. I cannot believe how far back it just sent us. That is insane. Unacceptable. Me angry. Push button. Look area. Get overalls. Look floor. Get lighter. Get baskets. All right, save. Kiss rejector. Okay. Wow, this is just the part for surviving the acid. Ugh. I actually think this might be worse than the Space Quest 1 stuff. No, because if you forget the data cart in Space Quest 1, it's just pure evil. No, Space Quest 1 is still worse. This doesn't send you back nearly as much. It's just, I don't know. I can't believe it did it again. I can't believe they've done this. That's what it comes down to. I just can't believe they've done this. All right. So we are no longer in trouble as we were previously. We're gonna want to queue up stick plunger on wall. Yep. Let's queue that up. Let's get ready to use it. Wait a fair bit until it's at least halfway gone. Do-do-do. All right. Let that finish up. Climb down. All right. Put toilet paper in basket. Place basket. Drop basket. Light toilet paper. Light toilet paper. Alrighty. Much better. This is what we were expecting. Okay, everybody has a bad day. We save Plunge Me Harder. Excellent. These are all dead. DED, not alive. It's exactly what we demand. Alright. Monologuing begins. Begin shrink. Oh yeah. Now we're cooking with particle shrinkers, particle reconstitutors. Now we're cooking with atomic radiation, heavy hydrogen. Now we're cooking with deuterium, tritium. We're cooking with alpha decay. We're cooking with so many things. All right, use glass cutter. Cool. Go over here. Enter vents. Push button. Exit vent. He's all angry. Go ahead and we have to lower the switch. We can't just flip it. Lower switch. We have to type enlarge. And we have to rush on back to get into our magic jar such that we can get Alice in Wonderlanded back to full size. Perfect. All right. Yeah. Search Vohall. Search Vohall. There we go. SHSR. Look. Monitor. SHSR. Exit the screen. Now we're going to save in... well, we did these already, so I'm going to go back to I'm Big in Japan. All right, we have to walk up this awful staircase. Yep. Great. And we missed a death, so I'm going to actually go... No, not restart. That's way too far back. We're not going that far back. No. Yep, you can fall off both ends. Perfect. Perfect. That's exactly... I cannot believe that the largest enemies in this game are staircases. What is happening? Why? No. All right. We're gonna try and one-shot it. We're gonna be real good at it. We're gonna do this. Hey, we nailed it. Open box. Take mask. Let's look at our inventory quick. Let's save real quick. I want to look at our inventory. Yeah, we have the oxygen mask. Okay, so we owe a death because we didn't die to this last time. So we have to die to this. That's just a rule. Yeah, so we're going to have to go ahead and check out what happens. I think this is a position trigger, so we should be fine. Here we go. And a section of the glass tubing is fractured from combined stress. Pressurized atmosphere rushes from the relative vacuum of space. There we go. Due to the effect of the air rushing by you to get out of the hole, the air in your lungs is sucked out and you find it impossible to get more. Hence, you struggle, but die. You only had 197 points anyway. No big loss. Wow, thanks for that insult. Thanks, game. All right, I'm gonna restore. Put on mask. Cool. Now we should be able to get out of here. Yep. The problems happen. This is all fine. No issues for us. All right, now we can save. And so the next thing we gotta do is hurry up and distract that murder machine. So we go and find the murder machine, then we go around the other way. At least that's what I think happens. Yep, doing good so far. Just need to not die. Don't die. Yep, here's the loop. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Where's the murder machine? I assume it's here somewhere. I don't see it, but I expect it. Just gonna go the other way. And be prepared to turn around. Oh yeah. Good old-fashioned sirens. Just high-quality audio production. Nothing more soothing, calming, and relaxing than this. You're in the section of the hallway. On the back of the wall is a bank of 4 escape pods. Enter pod. This one is not currently open pod. Look pod. Okay. All right, that's not helpful. All right, we're going around again. Going around again. I guess I should have saved. I probably should have saved before I got on that screen. Just a theory. Little theory of mine. 40 minutes until meltdown, a synthesized voice cheerfully recalls. Cool, I guess. So I think the idea is that we get like a nice extra bit of time this way. So we're gonna save this one, and we're gonna call it loop. De loop. Yes, loop de loop. And we'll save again before we enter the screen on the other side. Or I guess right as we enter, because I don't remember how many screens away it is. Possibly 1. Maybe half a screen. Can't be that many. Alright, come on, escape pods. Yep, that is where the Deathlands are. I remember that from before. Nope, not yet. Is it just Picador again? I bet you it's just Picador again. That sucks. That sucks. Ah, come on. I have to pull you over this way? I have to go left to right? That's so stupid. It's so stupid. I don't like it. Stunning gameplay once again. Well, I mean, this is from... Were these things in RoboCop 1? Yes, this is a RoboCop 1 thing. It would be a reasonable effort to go and just catalog all of the references in this. Yeah, it would be not trivial to figure out all those references. So I guess The security drones must like stop there, and then one of the paths has more rooms than the other or something. That's all I can think of. All right. Oh, shoot. That wasn't good. At least that's my theory. All right. How many screens is it? And is it reset accidentally for some BS reason? I think the next screen after this is the one. All right. We're going to save. Loopy to loop. We're going to say open pod. Enter pod. Push button. Enter pod. The robot has apparently decided that it's permissible for you to be here since you are in the pod already. Excellent. Upon entering the escape pod, you quickly take your seat. Close pod. Look pod. You're seated inside one of the emergency escape vehicles. Before you lies a control panel and a viewport. Close pod. Look panel. The only outstanding feature on the panel is the button clearly marked launch. Launch. Warning, emergency escape vehicle launch sequence has begun. Launch time, T-minus 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Pew pew! Phew! You're gonna have to stop cutting these escapes so close, Roger. Well, you must feel pretty good right now. You stopped Vohal from carrying out his threat of salesman infestation, ultimately destroying the Twisted Scientist himself. You also managed to save your own skin, and just look at that score. Pretty darned impressive. Suddenly, a warning signal draws your attention to the oxygen meter on the front panel. It reads low and dropping fast. This is just great. You knew this was all too good to be true. You have maybe 5 minutes of air left. Well, Roger Wilco, it was nice knowing you. I'm going to set this back to normal. Look pod. Now you take the time to view the interior of the pod in more detail. You see a sleep chamber against the wall. Enter chamber. Okay. Enter chamber. Open chamber. Enter chamber. There we go. You make the split-second decision to enter the sleep chamber. It seals automatically. Soon you're overcome by a pleasant drowsiness. This is certainly better than suffocating. You begin to drift away into a deep sleep with the satisfaction of having accomplished your task. You've come through in the clutch and you deserve a nice long rest. Now if someone would just pick you up somewhere along the way. So long, Roger Wilco, and thanks again for saving your people. Oh yeah. The end! Thank you for playing Space Quest 2. For now. Yeah. So this is fun because unlike there being like a little bit of an intermission between Space Quest 1 and 2, Space Quest 3 picks up right after. It's going to be a good time. Space Quest 3, to my recollection, is where things start getting real fun. There's mini games. You get to play Rock'em Sock'em Robots. It's a great time. Nice. Well, folks, we did it. We did it in a single setting, despite all of the backtracking, a little bit of moon logic. We had to use the hint system 3 or 4 times, a couple of times, but not that many. Alrighty. Is there no, like, cool post-credit scene? I guess not. No cool post-credit scene. Alright, let's jump on over. Let's kick up the music a little bit. Give ourselves a little something different. There we go. Well, everybody, thank you for hanging out with me today. This was a fun ride. I wasn't really expecting to beat this in one sitting, maybe. I don't know. I probably shouldn't have. I have things to do tomorrow morning. But at least we can go to sleep knowing that we've had a job well done. We've really cleaned up the galaxy. We've certainly at least cleaned up this asteroid. And I hope that maybe thinking deeper on the game, you can clean up a little something about yourself as well. Well, anyway, I'll probably be back on Saturday. Not sure exactly what we'll do. I've got my side on the list. I want to do some of that. I also just want to play Minecraft with Oni and Cassie again. That was super fun. I want to do more Cobblemon. It's going to be good. I have some Kerbal stuff that I would like to do. I might grind a little science off stream because mostly I want to make silly stuff. First landing on the moon though, maybe that's a stream thing. I think we're going to be doing some kind of, I want like Thursday to be a science theme. I'd like to do deeper dives on things, but it might take some time. That takes prep. I can't do a science Thursday without like a reasonable amount of prep and something that lets me like sort of draw and show y'all what's going on. But I would like to spend some time talking about current technical topics, poking a little fun at them, talking about why maybe Silicon Valley tech is kind of bullshit. It's kind of bullshit, y'all. And I would know, but I can prove to you that I know. And I'd like to see if I can do that Thursday nights. So either way, pretty regular. Thursdays are super regular. Saturdays are shaping up to be pretty good. I'll see if I can't post a proper schedule. At least I let everyone know I'm definitely streaming 7 p.m. today. I was a wee bit late, but if it's not scuffed, you're not really a content creator if you don't have a scuffed setup. You're especially not in the VTuber, PNG tuber space unless you have a scuffed setup. You would in fact be less respected. So, scuff aside, I'm certain that I'll get to see y'all probably Saturday, and certainly every Thursday. And I'd like to roll in some more like sciencey stuff, a little more game development stuff, some fun things. So get ready to hang out and have fun. We're gonna all have fun. But until later, I'm gonna have to go. Thanks everyone for hanging out, and I will see you once again on Saturday. Whoa!